So we're back with Elvan Law, the Moon Elf Druid, Dobbsy the Centaur Swashbuckler, and Sherlock Burrows, the Bard Detective, Rickwick, the Monk of the Astral Plane, and Nutmeg, the Fairy Barbarian. And you had just met Hurley the Bugbear, a large, hairy bugbear in dungarees with a pumpkin on his head. He
Best place to
just
keep your
strolled
pumpkin.
up there, his hands stuffed into his large pockets. Said, "Follow me. The management wants to see you."
Oh, well, carry on.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, wait a second. All right, then, mate. Lead on.
He leads you round the back of the big top, for which there seems to be a lot of things happening, and much rushing about, performers running in and out, and a sign that says 1 hour for the big top extravaganza. Free entry.
I would want to go to that.
He leads you to the back, the big top, where there's a large hedge. You see anything as you're slowly walking past all of the laughing children, the sound of the calliope in your ears?
I look around for suspicious activity.
It all seems to be the general level of madness that you have observed beforehand. So you slowly walk, pushing through the crowds. It's round the back of the big top, and as he approaches the hedge, he sort of raises his hand, and the hedge magically parts, leading to a circle of wagons on the other side.
Oh,
That's clever.
over, Andy.
You're a quiet bunch, you lot. Normally, when people got to say the management, they're full of words.
Did you say management?
Management, yes, I did. Management.
Haven't you got a brother?
A sad a shadow passes over his face, and he says, "I have, yes, but I haven't seen him in quite some time."
Oh, it's horrible, that.
Oh, well, don't worry, Brother Hurley. I'll say a prayer for him.
Well, I'm sure he would appreciate that. Out of the back, in his back dungaree pocket, you see a rolled up dog-eared paperback, and apparently it looks like some kind of book of elven poetry. He says, "Yeah, he went missing from the carnival, sadly. Now,
how long ago?"
He says it's hard to tell. It's been at least a couple of years in real time, but time moves differently in the carnival."
Where was the carnival when he went missing?
Again, it's hard to say. There's only Mr. Witch and Mr. Light can. Well, Mr. Witch is the only one who can pack the carnival up and move it between planes. Once he lays down the Blue Ribbon River, and it turns to water, and the mists come, then it's almost impossible to see where we are.
What title's on that elven book, just in case it's a clue?
You have a look, and it's a book of romantic elven poetry called "Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day?" He leads you into the circle of the wagon. He leads you over to the largest wagon at the back. As he does, He approaches an aging clown with a painted grin, with a nose and chin so long he almost looks like a caricature of Mr. Punch. Although his face is painted with a smile, he scowls as he puffs on his bubble pipe. Howdy, what are you doing bringing outsiders in here? Back in my day, we didn't have insiders. We had people and they learned to do maths. Sorry, Burley. Burley says, "This is Thacker the clown." Now, you shut up. You can't even learn to add up. No, nobody does maths nowadays.
You haven't got very good manners either.
But back in
Besides
my
the math.
day, we didn't need manners. We had it all manner of tables to sort that kind of thing out.
Your reactions are at -8 by the look of them, mate.
Do you realise who you're standing before?
He takes a long puff and blows several bubbles and he goes, "Now." Burley says, "Look, we're here to see the boss." Well, the bosses. They've asked for them. So you shut your face, Thacker. And he goes, "I remember this, Burley. Back in my day, we didn't talk to people like that."
I'll grin at the clown as I walk back snidely, as if to say, "One on you, mate."
As I walk past, I'll go, "Where's your armor class 20?
Thacker the clown.
Never mind, Master Clown. I shall pray that your ignorance is not a lifelong condition.
Well, thank you, I think. So, Burley approaches the large red top caravan at the back, raps upon the door. Bosses, they're here." The door flies open, and a flamboyant elf grins from ear to ear as he welcomes you into the wagon. He bows with a theatrical bow. "Please come in. It's a delight to meet you all. I am Mr. Light, and this is my associate, Mr. Witch." If you imagine Mr. Light is played by Dean Pelton from Community. He spins round and gestures with a long ornate stick, like a jester's stick with butterflies on the top. And he gestures to a stocky elf lounging on a bunk. Mr. Witch nods to you and doffs his top hat. "Afternoon."
I shall bow, get me feet tangled up, and end up flat on me face in front of him.
The top of this cane staff thing is glowing. You can just see the bottom of it in that picture there. And it's glowing with a lovely warm orange glow. And he says, "Good folks," and bows so far that the jangly tops of his hat brush up on the toes of his shoes. He says, "Because of my connection to the entire area," and with this, every word is accompanied by a flamboyant gesture. I know that the carnival's move is absolutely delightful, and in no small part thanks to you.
We does our best." I'll look confused.
Mr. Witch grunts. And note, takes a small pocket watch out of his pocket, flips it open, and looks at it. He looks at Mr. Light, clips the watch shut, says, "Not be long. The big top entertainment will be within an hour, Mr. Light." Mr. Light says, "Oh, we've got plenty of time. Please come in, sit down," as he gesticulates at the inside of the cabin. "Sit down, tell me all about yourself. So much delight brought to our carnival. I need to know more about you. Come in, good lady." And he goes to reach your hand, Elvana.
Oh, I'll extend it. Thank you.
He bends forward and kisses your hand, and when he pulls his hand back, There's like a puff of pixie dust and little motes of light scattered around.
Very bizarre. Is that any kind of spell or ability or anything like that?
It just seems to exude magic. The pair of them do.
Alright.
Even those who are not arcane sensitive can sense that these two are.
I was just trying to ascertain what, like, areas of magic they came from, roughly.
He says, although time is short, please, I would love to know more about the people bringing such delight to all of the patrons in Carnival.
I'll walk right up to him, nose to nose. Right, you twat. I want to know what happened to my good manners. When I was a little kid, I had good manners, and when I left, I don't. So what you got to say about that? And who's that blue-skinned bint with the pig face mask and the big lollipop?
He makes an overly exaggerated gesture of putting his hand over his mouth and goes, "But good sir, your manners seem perfect to me." And he waves the jester staff or whatever it is about. Mr. Witch, his expression subtly changes. Says, perhaps you didn't read the disclaimer or the fine print on the back of your ticket, sir. There are things at work that are beyond even our control, and the Witchlight Carnival cannot take responsibility for items that are lost through people's own negligence.
Even
The
as
wheel
children,
of time turns ever on. What is lost is lost. What is gone is gone.
even as a child. So you're saying that children as young who are unable to read the back of a ticket are responsible for such misfortune?
Mr. Light
That's a bit harsh.
at this point is wringing his hands and rubbing his eyes as if mock tears were running down his face, and he says, "Oh, that's terribly sad. But the Witchlight Carnival takes express permission to make sure that everybody wears their wings. It's vitally important. Nobody is allowed in without a ticket, and nobody with a ticket is not issued wings."
Well, whoever was on your door taking the tickets that day weren't doing a good job, so effectively they're the ones to blame, not the young children who were let in at that point who ended up losing something. It's bad form. It's bad giving your carnival a bad reputation.
It's true.
Haven't you heard? Yeah, mate. Haven't you heard of Elf and Safety? She's the elf in Elf and Safety.
He bursts out laughing. And would that you could receive inspiration, you would receive some, but alas, due to the sorry state of your soul, you are unable to receive inspiration at this point. He looks sad. Mr. Light looks overly sad. And pulls out a kerchief and blows it noisily, and then wrings it out. And although he's not actually crying, like there's loads of water starts pouring out of this handkerchief. And he's like, "Oh dear me," then dabs at his eyes and then wrings it out again. It's like whole buckets of water coming out of it.
I tell him, I suspect whoever took my good manners may have taken the voice of your mind. May have stolen that displacer beast cub, amongst other things.
There's a lot of things going missing around here. It's not a nice place for people to visit. To risk coming here and losing something. I dare say that we've all lost something here, and we're in our own right to ask how do we go about retrieving that.
They give each other you catch just a flash of a sideways glance, Witch says, sadly, forces are at work on the other side entirely beyond our control.
What other side?
Of what?
Enlighten us.
And how do we get to the other side to sort that out? Because my friend here...
I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to discuss that with you.
Then get someone down here who knows what, you know? Who knows what's going on?
Yeah, she wants to speak to manager.
Oh,
Management.
we're entirely the management of the Witchlight Carnival. Mr. Light says, yes, we have. Been a very, very, very long time.
You must forgive my friends, good masters. It's taken them a little longer than it has I to come to terms with what they've lost. I also lost something at the carnival as a child, and I would be grateful to know if there's a way of ever retrieving it. However, should there not be, I, as a lowly monk, have made my peace with the way my life must then be.
He says,
Wait.
Mr. Light says, have you checked lost property? I believe there's a pen in there with it's only missing a lid.
I'll just sigh, because the number of people that have said that already.
I haven't lost anything.
He says, I just wanted to meet the people that are responsible for such good cheer, and I want you to know that all the kiddies are very happy that you folks have come to the Witchlight Carnival. Apparently twice, and that again, that just flash of a sideways look. Mr. Witch pulls out that watch again. And he looks at it, and you see the watch is not just a normal watch face, it's got like a little Stonehenge or something, and a tiny little light rotates around. He snaps the watch shut again. And he says, Mr. Light, I'm afraid this meeting has to come to an end. The big topic extravaganza is about to start within 15 minutes.
Before we go, why did you summon her here?
Mr. Light says, oh, it's so delightful when I get the feeling of the carnival. I just needed to lay eyes on the people responsible so that I know who you are. And he comes over and he looks and he goes, I'm just marking your face. I'm just marking your face. He looks at each of you in turn, puts his hands up either side. He's like, I'm going to remember you. I'm going to remember you. I'm going to remember
When he stares at me, I'll growl at him.
Absolutely delightful. I tell you what, I'll give you all a prize for being such wonderful people. Name your favourite kind of animal. Any kind of animal at all. Fantastical or normal.
I like hedgehogs.
A hedgehog. Anyone else? Anyone like hedgehog?
A rabbit.
A rabbit, good sir. Fantastic. And then there's just a flurry as he pulls out this red thing, waves it in your face, and then goes and blows out a long balloon. His hands work at a frenzied pace that you can't even catch up with till he pops out a balloon hedgehog and hands it to you. Go, there you go, sir. One hedgehog. And then he does the same, and he grabs another balloon out of a seemingly invisible pocket and makes a bunny rabbit out of it and says, that's for you.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Is there like a jug of water around here? Or any liquid?
Probably, yeah.
I'll pick up that jug, I grab hold of the front of his trousers, pull him forward.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
So, any openings for a clown? I see it. With a smile.
We're always looking for new acts. It's like Carnival.
Oh my god!
Here's my
You should
new
have done it to
favourite
Mr.
person.
Witch. He could do with a smile on his face because he's a miserable twat.
Is there any animal? Anybody else want an animal? No. Yeah.
Unicorn?
Unicorn. Both of them, their faces drop as if the completely lost the facade, and then one of them starts smiling again, the other one begins to scowl, and he drops. He goes, "I can't do a unicorn. How about I do you a horse? It's like a unicorn but missing its horn." And then makes a horse and hands it to you.
Yeah, more things missing in this place.
When was the last time you saw a unicorn? I look at him.
Oh,
Thursday week.
very long time ago.
Thursday week, there's one in the shops.
I mean, other than the ride, I mean, a real unicorn, we don't often get them in Carnival.
Thursday week, there was one down the shops.
Oh, down the shops, you say?
Yeah, it was buying chicken.
This is just wasting time here. Can you at least point us in the direction as somebody who is in the know of how we go about retracing footsteps to gaining our lost attribute back?
I still haven't lost anything.
Not the lost property. It's not a thing.
Mr. Witch says, if that were a thing, and it were within our power, I'm sure that we would grant you such a request.
Or perhaps there's something we could do for you in order to, there must be something that's outside your
Which
means.
could put it in your power.
That would put it in your power to return our lost things.
He says, I would like to reiterate, were it within our power, I sure we would help you with that.
Whose power is it within?
Well, perhaps someone on the other side. I can say no more about that. Mr. Light says, "Oh, let's not talk about trifling things," as he's frantically making balloon animals. Please take your balloon animals, those that have chosen, out of the party
You
roster.
know that the bloke who gave us cups of tea? What was the name of his patron?
Zabilna.
Have you seen Lizabilda lately? Looking at their faces.
He says,
And what?
where did you hear that name? Zabilna is the patron of the Witchlight Carnival, but had no contact with her.
And if one wanted to go to the other side, how would one do so?
You'd need to find a Fey Gate, but alas, very powerful magic.
What, like a
There's
small
one down the
circle of
shop.
stones, neither what you call it?
That's purely decorative. If you lift one of the stones up, you'll actually see that it says made in China on the bottom. You don't know where China is, it's not important. Mr. Light says, I've still got some balloons here, as he waves them in your face. Does anybody else want an animal?
And who is that? There's a strange blue child walking around this carnival that can apparently walk through mirrors. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
Now that we do not know anything about. No, not at all.
Well, needless to say, I think that child has at least been responsible for taking something away from one of your employees and perhaps maybe responsible for everybody's lost thing. I'm sure you would want to get to the bottom if you had an intruder going around your grounds doing that to the people that you're trying to entertain here.
It would be very bad for
I'm
business.
sure a head of
to
security
find out.
Burley would deal with such a thing. Please, I have 3 more balloons left. Does anybody want one? Any requests? Dobsy, would you like an animal?
No, thank you.
He makes an over-exaggerated sad face by pulling the corners of his mouth down. Yeah, with a cough, Mr. Witch flicks that watch open again, looks at it, snaps it shut. No, I'm sorry, this meeting has to end at very... Sorry. This meeting has to end right now. I know Mr. Light likes to look upon the faces of the fair, but sadly, we must attend the big top.
What is going on in the big top?
It is the Extravaganza. There's jugglers. There are tightrope walkers. There are lion tamers. And then at the end we have a karaoke of circus acts, if you will, if anybody would like to make a performance from the audience. It's very important in keeping the level of happiness up. I suggest that you all attend. Wonderful fun. Now, if you'll excuse me, Mr. Light looks sad that nobody else has taken him up on the balloon animals. And he begins to usher you out the door. You feel quite a strong compulsion to leave. Like I said, you are even the non-Archean.
Yeah, let's head to this big top.
As you head out, the door snaps shut behind you. And Burley's waiting there. And he says, "All right, follow me. I'll lead you out of the staff area." As he begins to walk away from you, he says, "Been thinking, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, they are a good sort. But there are things going on behind them that are outside of their control. But
I think you're right.
I would like to help you to help me."
Yeah, what do you want, Burley?
Well, my brother's gone missing over in the Feywild. There is a Feywild gate within Witchlight.
Do say, Burley, do say.
But the only people that know how to access it are Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. And they will not tell anybody.
I ask him if it's in the Hall of Illusions.
He says, "I believe so, but I am not certain. Don't have the command words to activate." And they would not give out the information unless circumstances were most dire. Now,
So you want
No.
us to make it more dire?
well, I don't know if you noticed, Mr. Witch, an unhealthy session this pocket watch.
You could say that.
Well, that's the most magical item, or the joint most magical item in the entire.
What's the other?
The other is the cane of Mr. Light. And should Mr. Witch's pocket watch be borrowed, then I'm sure he would give almost anything for its return, including the access to the figure. For without the watch, the carnival cannot be packed up. Mr. Witch is a stickler for time. Everything has to be done on time.
Is there a time when he's not with the pocket watch? Not like, when he retires to bed, say, or...
No, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light never ever leave their respective items. However,
If somebody distracted him and there was a very clever pickpocket thief, could take
that
the
is
watch.
all. That is almost a good the plan that I had. However, at the end of the carnival, should you scroll out and look to the top left of the map, the end of the carnival, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light selects the Witch-like monarch. This is generally a visitor who has done the most to raise the spirits and increase the happiness of the whole carnival. They'll be invited up on stage on the big top, and it's the only place where you're guaranteed to have Mr. Witch and Mr. Light in one place. Now, I'm in charge of the glitter cannon, so I could, in theory, overpack the glitter cannon and shower the entire place in glorious glitter, giving a clever man or a clever woman the opportunity to borrow the Witchlight watch.
Or clever centaur.
But to do that, we have to get somebody elected the Witchlight monarch.
And
Right.
how does the election go? Is there vote? Do people vote for these?
No, it's chosen by
Monarchs?
Mr. Witch and Mr. Light using the
Mm.
Witchlight cane. However, he will usually pick the person who's done the most to raise the spirits of Carnival, taking part in rides and taking part in as many of the attractions as possible, making people happy. It'll be your only chance to snag the watch. He checks it incessantly. If you have a better plan, I'll be happy to do that. I must insist that Mr. Witch and Mr. Light are not hurt. It's not their fault, and they are forbidden to speak about certain matters.
Who forbids them to speak of certain matters?
Nobody knows. Although the patron Zybilna would certainly have taken a fair bargain with the manager. Now, under the reign of Queen Zybilna, it's not people are not allowed to steal. It's one of the 3 unbreakable fair rules. However, I mean, it's not technically stealing if you intend to return something, is it?
Of course not.
Actually, it's called theft with intent.
Well, since Zybilna has gone quiet, they're more of a set of guidelines, so we may just
the
be
laws,
able to
really,
get
aren't
away
they?
with it. This is my plan. If you can come up with a better plan, then by all means. All I ask is that you find my brother and send him home to me.
I think it's a fine plan. Obviously, it'll have to take place in the big top. It would have to anyway, because it's obviously, we don't want to steal the watch, but we need to demonstrate intent.
Yeah, you've got to demonstrate in the tent.
Thank you.
Oh, boom.
We should stop all our best stuff until we can get what you call it?
Inspiration.
So from now on, no jokes.
And nobody is kept here against their will, he says. Please don't think that. They're not dictators. It's just the way of fear.
Well, if somebody's going to borrow this watch, I'll look at the rest of the party. Anybody particularly good at that sort of thing?
Funny you
Why
should
is
say
everybody
that.
looking at me?
Funny you should say that. I'm no good at it.
Sleight of hand.
I'm absolutely terrible. Now punch him in the face and take it.
I was never ever brought up to steal from others. In fact, I had no need to steal from others. I was always adequate with what I had living in the forest.
Oh, so am I, but I wasn't always a monk.
But yes.
So are you
I look
up and do it?
kind of sheepish and go, I'm no good at this at all. And then I pull out what looks like a got your handkerchief and go, by the way, Alvera, are these your knickers? I haven't just nicked them.
I'll just shake my head at Dobby.
Well then, he says. So, you need to enjoy yourself and make those around you enjoy themselves as well. be elected Witchlight monarch. Should be easy.
Well, it's so it's going to take place inside the big top. Is it, Rich? You said?
It is, yes.
Okay.
In 4 hours' time. You've got 4 hours. Be so awesome that you've elected monarch.
Right. Well, the first thing I want to do is where's the nearest candy floss stall?
Oh, they're scattered throughout.
Right. Well, I want to go to the nearest one.
Yeah.
Are there any kids waiting in line?
Yeah, sure. There'll be like half a dozen of them.
Right. Well, I want to buy myself a candy floss, and I'll buy each of the kids waiting a candy floss.
Right.
On behalf of our centaur friend.
Yes, if you're elected the Witchlight monarch, Andy, you'll be invited to come on the stage. So, Andy, you take the delicious candy floss and go to take a bite, but it's so big that you actually have to turn your head sideways, and as you do, it sticks in your fur of your ear.
Yep, and it's all up round me face, up my ears. Yep. So I'll look like a sort of pink and white rabbit. Yum.
I asked Burley to take a walk with us, and I go for a wander into the big top. I want to have a look around.
Inside the big top, it looks like a big top. Can you say that okay?
No, it's completely
It's
black.
black.
It's a
Someone turned the lights out.
Actually, that could be good, because if it's black, you can't see me pickpocket.
Dobbs, you should be able to see it now. Can you see it now, Dobbs?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big top. 3 large poles hold it aloft. There's a stage at the back and seating all around. Where the poles are, they've got platforms on, and they've got, trapeze acts and high wire acts practicing there, and you can see the stage at the back.
I asked Dobbsy, do they always get the winner up on the stage with Mr. Witch and Mr. Light?
Yes.
And where's the glitter cannon fired from?
Just in front of the stage here. In front of the stage. Is the rest of you staying outside? Because Dobbsy has gone in with Burley.
I'll have a pop in to have a look.
Oh, I might as well go and scope the place out, I suppose.
Because all I'm thinking is, if somebody else gets elected, doesn't necessarily have to be me to get up on there. I could, before the thing, wander around the back and just hide somewhere, right by the stage. And when the cannon goes off, I can get on the stage while all you lot are causing a commotion, and try and get the pocket watch in.
Would it help if you had something to as a decoy to distract them with?
Oh yes, it certainly would.
Because you can certainly borrow my pocket watch, and I'll unhook my pocket watch. But when you open it, there's like a 2-sided coin that flips around that says you're probably late, and then on the other side it says you're definitely late. Well, I am a white rabbit after all.
Handy.
So if you want to borrow that and try and swap his for that one, you can do.
Yeah.
What about getting a load of balloons, blowing them up, putting them in a net above the thing, dropping them as the glitter cannon goes off? Mr. Light loves balloons, so he's probably going to oh and ooh and ah, and it'll draw Mr. Witch's attention because he'll be so busy looking at Mr. Light on and on at the balloons that dropping on the stage, and giving a little bit extra attention to, so that a bit, a bigger gap for you to get the watch.
Burley pulls his little meme cards out and goes, I'm sorry I have to interrupt here. I think you thought I said I'm going to fire some of the glitter. What I actually said was I'm going to fire all of the glitter. It's going to act as a fog cloud. So nobody will be able to see within the surface of the stage. Unfortunately, that means that whoever is the Witchlight Monarch will be able to see as well. But I think you've got close to zero chance of getting the watch of Mr. Witch if he can actually see. So I'll provide the cover. Perhaps you might find items around the carnival that might give you the edge to do this kind of thing. Or may have even been given some. There are several carnival prizes that might be able to help. You may be able to elicit help from other carnival folks.
So would pixie dust help? Like,
I have no idea what the plan is, Dave. I'll give you the situation. It's up to you guys now. It's the heist. Like, it stops, right? The screen freezes and it's like, Witchlight Carnival, and then it just goes, the heist across screen.
Thing is, with pixie dust, if it makes you small enough to get the watch then will be too big for you to carry.
If you have a look at your items and then click on the dragon, it'll give you the description. The pixie dust is a special one to make you small. Normal pixie dust doesn't do that. But he says, 2-pronged plan. You need to come up with a plan to get the watch of Mr. Witch, and somebody has to become the Witchlight Monarch. But if we stand around here much longer, people are starting to file in. Yeah, the big top extravaganza is about to begin. I mean, you could always grab a seat if you like. No, the big top extravaganza happens now, which is a lot of entertainment. Crowning the Witchlight Monarch happens at the end. If you would care to look at the map of the carnival and zoom right out and have a look at the top left-hand corner.
so we haven't been to the bubble pop, the mystery mine, dragonfly rides, or the feast and orchard. I suggest we go dragonfly, feast and orchard.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Bubble pop
Yep.
and mine thing.
Whatever plan you come up with, that is up to you. Hurley says he will, if you have a different plan, that's fine. If you want him to assist, he will load all of the glitter into the cannon for one gigantic of glittery goodness. So, come on, speak among yourselves. It's up to you guys. Whatever you want to do now. He said, the public are starting to come in, and Hurley says, well, the big top extravaganza is about to start in 5 minutes if you want to hang about.
I suggest we spend about 20-30 minutes at each of these rides we mentioned. That should give us 2 hours in the big top.
Yeah, I think what we should do is what he said and do all of the attractions and stuff, and maybe we'll find some more stuff to rob the man of the thing that we have to rob. But don't we have to make sure the horseman wins because he has to be up on the stage to get the thing?
So we've got to make sure he wins at everything.
Right, horseman.
He says, well, at the end of the end of the big top performance, they do have the ask the audience section. If anybody wants to perform.
You could pretend to be a magician doing sleight of hand. Elvira could be your glamorous assistant.
However, he says, I have to go and do door security as we are about to start.
Sorry, there's a death about to happen.
Dragonfly rides it is, I guess.
Run, Morgan, run!
Pretty much.
Well, the public begin to stream in through the door, laughing and giggling and taking seats all around the outside of the big top. What do you want?
Headed towards dragonfly ride thing. And could you re-push the map, please, Rich?
I certainly can't. The big top extravaganza only happened once.
Yeah, but what I was thinking, I think the thought was that we would go and hit the other rides, but do we have to be there from the start to the end?
No. The extravaganza is just a show. It happens for an hour, and then the big top closes, and then it opens again for crowning the Witchlight.
Oh, right, okay. In that case, we'll have to do it
show.
there now then. If it's the big show, we've got to go to the
extravaganza.
Right, got to do that now.
Okay, so you're in the big top. Hurley has gone to the door. If you want to move yourself to whichever seat position.
Yeah. Well, I suggest we all sit together.
Yeah, I'll sit over here. Where I'm pensive.
Right. So Sherlock has gone up to the stage. And all file in. Sit. Are you going to sit with Dobsy? Or stand with them rather? You take your seats around the big top. It fills up with punters and a few staff. And then the lights all go out pitch black. There's an explosion of fireworks and music starts to come out. The glamorous ladies in the gorgeous sparkling outfits wander around with big signs saying "Welcome to the big top extravaganza." The first out is a bunch of clowns. A carriage pulls into the centre of the big top, and out pops a clown, and then another clown, and another clown, and another clown, and another clown, and another clown, until there's a whole host of clowns have poured out of this tiny carriage. Then the doors fall off the carriage. The clowns dance around and have a jolly good. Sit and enjoy Carnival.
Can we see Mr. Witch or Mr. Light in here yet?
There is a ringmaster. It's a lovely young elven lady in top hat and tails in traditional ringmaster outfit. There we go.
I'll sit and pick candy floss out my ears.
The elf wears a dazzling suit of diamond pane mirrors and a pair of butterfly wings. Prepare to be delighted. The clowns run and spread all the way around the outside. Your traditional circus acts come up. There is oohs and ahs as the tightrope walkers almost fall from the roof, and the acrobats swing backwards and forwards on the swing. You have one of those ladies who does the dance with all of the long streamers, and you have the clowns keep running around while this is all happening, having such a laugh. Then a large carousel of wagons come in a semicircle around. The Tamers whip off the curtains to show a bunch of animals. There's an elephant and a lion in a cage who roars. The Tamer stands there with a chair and a whip.
Caged animals, that's outrageous.
It certainly is.
She was inside Peter. Oh no, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
I think Peter was inside her. That was it.
Peter was inside her, eh?
Yeah, I'm sure it was something to do with Peter.
So as you watch the caged elephant and the caged lion, it looks like they're about to perform some kind of amazing animal taming act. A monkey swings down on one of the long streamers. He snatches the top hat off the dwarf holding the chair and the whip. He plucks it off his head. The lion roars as the monkey swings onto the cage and throws up the bar for the lion. The cage flies open. The crowd all shriek, "Ah!" The lion jumps out into the center, rah, and roars. The monkey then leaps onto the cage, flicking the thing and allowing elephant.
I bet that's that bloody Kenku causing trouble.
Right. So, what do you guys want to do? There's an elephant, a monkey, a bunch of commoners sitting around you. Some of the carnival clouds, the rest have flown out, and Burley stands at the entrance to the tent.
How's the ringmaster reacting to this?
The ringmaster shrieks and begins to run for the.
Oh, it's not part of the acting.
No.
Right. I will grab my whistle.
Okay.
And go, now, everybody, stand aside.
Calm down.
Everyone calm down. It's under control. And I will blow my whistle.
Right, you blow your whistle. It lets out a piercing shriek.
Don't worry, boys. We've got this.
Roll for initiative. Right, do you do anything as the lion roars and lurches for one of the performer? He's a wooden performer, so he's not very good.
Well, I am. Are we going on combat order here?
Yeah, the lion tamer has dropped the whip and the chair and ran for the door. The elephant bursts out. Of the cage and begins to charge out.
Whereabouts is the chair and the whip on the map?
Just next to the central pillar. So first up we have Dub there.
Can I run and grab the chair and the whip?
I don't see why not. Go for it. You have 40 feet of movement.
I'll dash to grab it.
So you dash over and grab the chair whip.
Yep.
Right, performer 3 screams, hogs his nose, and makes a run. Chubby commoner at the back is backing up as the monkey approaches him. Dashes. The lion runs forward and begins to attack. Does pound attack on the performer. Who succeeds in his strength, but he's mauled most egregiously. Right, The lion bites him, doesn't get to do anything else, and the clown falls to the ground bleeding. The elephant is dead. Runs this way. Oh, charges up, smashing into the stands, and makes a trampling charge on this commoner here.
Now, I'm going to try and get these
Also
elephants
goes
back in
down.
the cages, or we just got to kill them.
With the scream, the commoners begin to run. Wooden performers like, what? So next up we have Sheila. What are you doing next, Sheila?
I will cast Tasha's hideous laughter on the elephant. Will it work? My knowledge of Arcana.
It needs to have a certain amount of intelligence, I believe.
Do I know whether they have 4 intelligence or more?
Well, the thing is, some of the animals here are obviously awakened, which means they do, but some of them don't. You're not sure. Do you want to try it, risk it?
Yeah, I'll try it.
You don't?
So I just press cast, do I?
You do, yes. Sadly, it doesn't have high enough intelligence. Does not find you funny one at all, Sheila. Do you want to do anything else?
Yeah, I'll try and attract his attention, shouting at it while running,
Okay. Make a animal handling or a intimidation check.
A what deck?
Intimidation check. I think the former 2 can dash and get away. The clown left the building. So what do you want to use? Intimidate or
Intimidate.
so you wave your arms about. Sadly, the young elephant doesn't seem to be paying much attention to you. It's busy goring and stomping one of the audience into the ground. Britwick.
Oh, I'm torn. No, I shall go for the monkey. I shall dash across to where the monkey is and attempt to restrain the monkey.
There's a sentence I'd never thought I'd heard. You actually ran into the... And how do you attempt to restrain the monkey? Are you going to grapple it?
Slap the monkey! Slap the monkey!
Spank the monkey!
I suspect grappling it is probably going to be the best option.
You wish to grapple the monkey, yeah?
Yes, and that is not a euphemism.
Bearing in mind, this monkey is wearing the top hat that the dwarf had on. And seems incredibly mysterious. So make a grapple check against said monkey. It's at the bottom of your action.
And I just drag that and drop it on the monkey, don't I?
You can, or if you've got a target, you can just click it. Right. So you grab hold of the monkey. It goes and tries to run away. but you wrap your arms around it, and the monkey sort of seems to shrug and sigh.
Oh, bless it.
And gives up. So Britwick has a hold of the monkey. Burley seems surprised, but he's trying to usher out the rest of the common, who starts to run for the door. Yeah, they do. They're like screaming and like, like, yeah, no problem. Elvanalor, it's your turn.
Can I only move so many squares still, or we're not?
Yeah, 30 feet.
Count squares. All right. I'll move towards the lion.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To there. Take out some rations and use animal handling to coax it towards me, away from the people that are trying to escape from the exit. Yeah, and that's what I'll do. Try and get it to cower down, but come towards us with the I've hold some rations out.
Okay. We'll have a DC 15 animal handling. Right, you succeed. The lion roars. Presumably you've got some dried jerky of some description.
Yeah.
And it's standing with its paw on top of the dead clown. But it sniffs. Obviously, it's partly tame, so it begins to walk towards you, growling.
I'll keep talking like calmly to it, you know what I mean, and like no quick movements, and I'll say to the rest of them, no quick movements or jerks, just exit the building calmly. I'm saying, and like the people are escaping.
Yeah, the ones that are closest to the door seem to be able to immediately, within range. They are running to the door. Nutmeg, it's your turn. Valenlor is walking towards this lion, going, "Good kitty," holding out a piece of fried bacon.
Well, they've ignored me whistle, so they've had a warning. I'll rage, charge it, shout, "Ungoro, Ungoro! Bad Simba!" Land on its head and start hitting it in the head while intimidating it.
You bastard!
Right, which one are you charging against? The elephant?
The elephant. I'm shouting, "Ungoro, Ungoro!" Wasn't that the name?
Ungoro. It's Ungawa.
That's what I said.
That's what I was about. That's what I had in my head. Get out my head.
Yeah,
Ungawa! I'm going to intimidate the elephant by basically just hovering. I'm going to try to land on its back and intimidate it.
Okay, so you run over.
I'll flap over.
You flap over and leap onto its back and grab its ears. Did you see
that?
Yeah,
I'm grabbing its ear and I'm shouting,
"Ungawa, Ungawa,
Ungawa!"
Oh, this has got to be an item. I'm watching this. This is fucking one for the book.
Okay, go for it.
There's never a mouse around when you.
What do I need to roll?
You need to roll a DC 15 animal handling check.
Oh, I'm brilliant at that.
I bet you are. And
fantastic. Can I intimidate it as well?
By advantage. There you go. So you leap upon the elephant's back, grab it by the ears, and shout, "Ungawa, Ungawa." The young elephant trumpets, but steering it with its ears in the best Johnny Weissmuller Tarzan style. You bring the elephant under control. And
I will now let out my well-known cry of
"Oh, Jesus Christ!"
And I'll try to get it to rear up.
Right, so this commoner runs like hell for the door, but he can't quite make it. And this commoner, and this little commoner, he can make it. He's out of there. Dobbsy, it's your turn. Yeah.
Right, where is the lion cage in relation to the lion?
It's kind of behind the lion. It's sort of next to the pole on the other side. You have the chair and the whip. The lion has stopped mauling the clown that's on the floor, who has also stopped laughing.
Right, I will move down slightly so I'm not exactly in between Elvana and the lion.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like facing the lion, and I'm going to like pull an intimidating pose with the chair and the whip. So it's going to get last to fuck.
Yeah. So Dobbsy the Centaur holds the chair up. And he's like, ah, ksh, ksh, as he cracks the whip in the air. I would like the line DC 15 again. DC 15. DC 15 animal handle. You get advantage because it's been tempted with meat. Yes. So marching forward, Dobbsy cracks his whip. The lion backs up as he moves forward, and you push the lion back into its cage. You can get it there and push the lion back into the cage with the chair. And then what?
Right. Can I get the door closed myself, or will somebody else have to do
that? I'm going to say you can, because between you and Elvana Law, you've been an awesome pair. So it backs
lock
up
the cage,
and you push the cage and pull the giant oversized latch down. So you seem to have successfully calmed the 3 animals. Nutmeg rides the elephant to the center of the ring.
Any chance of saving this commoner's life?
Usually no, but I'm gonna let you have a medicine check of. Ooh. I'll say DC 15. Just you can. Of course. Sadly, he was too mauled too soon. So Hurley, who's been helping the others, runs in. Well,
why is he red to us, Hurley? I thought he was on our side.
He is. He should be yellow.
He's red. Oh, there we go. I was expecting them all turning on me. That's why.
He runs in and he helps the rest of the people out. He says, "Well, at least you minimised the loss of life. This is terrible. But you did a good thing." He looks at Nutmeg riding on the elephant. Andy, what are you doing with the monkey? You currently have it grappled and it seems to have stopped struggling. And you are muted.
I think he must have had to go.
Sorry. I'll right. I want to walk over to Burley with the monkey and say to Burley, "Do you want to take charge of punishing the monkey?" Which is also not a euphemism.
It's a damn good spanking.
Right, the monkey has quite a high sleight of hand skill, and while you bringing him over, he pulls one of your rations out from your bag and begins to munch at one. You have 9 rations, but you don't notice. Right. You just notice unless you have a particular type of ration that.
No, nothing special.
Well, apart from those custard creams.
So
And your carrots.
Yeah, so the monkey is munching upon a ration, and you sure it didn't have it before?
Do I suspect? Does it look like a familiar ration?
Possibly, but it's well past your passive perception. I think. Let me just have a look at your perception. Yeah, it passed your passive perception, so you did not realise that it had gone in your backpack. Just it's casually munching ration. It is odd though that it didn't have one before. Perhaps it had it under its top hat.
Suspecting that I know what it's done, but not being sure, but chancing me arm anyway, I shall whisper in the monkey's ear, "Thou art a thieving little bastard, thou art."
It looks at you and goes, "Ook."
I asked Burley, does the monkey normally do that?
Not usually, but he's a naughty little blader, to be honest. It's quite sad that he frightened the animals because they normally so good.
Who does he belong to anybody?
He's part of the act, isn't he? The Circus Animals Act.
So presumably he belongs to that dwarf with the top hat then.
He belongs to the Witchlight Carnival in general, but yeah, the dwarf with the top hat is the one that looks after him.
Where is the dwarf with the top hat?
He buggered off. He ran out the front. I'll go and shout at him. So he heads out the front, gives him a shout. Oi! You, get back here, you blader! And he comes leading a very sheepish looking lion Tamer.
I'll wait till he comes across to us, and then can I take the top hat off the monkey's head and put it back on his head?
You can do that, yes. He looks very sheepish and he goes red under his beard. Thank you very much, sir.
You're most welcome. And then at arm's length, I shall hold out the monkey and go, "Your monkey, I believe." Your monkey appears to be eating my lunch.
The monkey does. You hand back the monkey, and it would have tipped its top hat here, but sadly you've taken that back off.
Please, sir, take your monkey.
He takes the monkey. Are you returning the elephant to its carriage cage there, Nutmeg, or are you just going to ride around on it now? This is my elephant.
Oh no! Well, I'll take it back. I'll take it back.
Ungawa, as he steers it with his
You know, if Dobbsy hadn't managed to lock the lion's cage, I was tempted to go across and just throw the monkey into the lion's cage and shut the door. And just look at the lion and go, "You deal with him."
In a very loud voice, I shout over to the lion tamer, "If you want to punish the monkey, do it in private, not in public."
Yes, don't
no
spank
spanking the monkey in public.
What you do in the privacy of your own caravan is no thoroughfare.
Did anybody see that coming literally a mile off?
Yep. He said.
I'll lean over a bit and go, "I wonder if I could train that monkey to nick the watch in half an hour."
I could persuade it. I can be quite persuasive.
Judging by the speed with which it went in my backpack and got me lunch, I don't think it'll take half an hour.
So, I did not have it. The dwarf is Oscar Firebeard, the lion tamer. He's known for setting his beard on fire as the climax to his act. So
I would set the monkey on fire.
Some method of regrowing his beard. As for the finale, he tames the lion with the whip and the chair while setting his beard on fire. Quite frankly, I want to see that act.
Yeah. And for an extra special finale this evening, we're going to set the monkey on fire. I'd pay money for that.
Bless him, the poor monkey. So the Hurley brings the crowds in, lines you up in front of the stage, and these are the heroes of the big top. A round of applause, everybody, as you stand there, and there's a great rousing clap from all of the carnival workers and the remaining people there. The bodies are taken away. Hurley says, "Don't worry, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light will deal with that." He doesn't like unwarranted deaths upon carnival grounds. You get a bad reputation. They will be revived.
Oh, that sounds cozy.
Indeed. He says, "Oh well, I best close the big top now. After all of that excitement, it went a bit wrong. However, you did gain a modicum of respect from the carnival workers, so I guess it was okay that people got mauled to death by animals."
It's not our fault they're not very well trained. You shouldn't be keeping wild animals without a proper license. Have you got a proper license?
I don't believe that Mr. Witch or Mr. Light have a animal license now.
Got to be careful, because you know what'll happen.
Animals should not be kept in cages, even.
Caves? What about bears? Bears come from caves, don't they?
My map's gone black again.
And I'm sharing the map now.
All right. I thought I'd done something.
What I'm doing is closing the map by accident and then attempting to reshare it. You should be back on the carnival map.
Yeah, we are.
Yes. Unfortunate deaths are not usually permitted within the confines of the carnival, particularly not when it's an escaped animal. Unfortunately, would have a negative effect.
Well, I do hope Mr. Firebird looks suitably chastised.
He does. He looks sheepish. He's as red as his beard is when he sets it on fire.
All right, where we've got to go now?
The Witchlight hands put a board across the entrance to the big top and said, "Big top extravaganza postponed due to unforeseen circumstances. Opening in 4 hours for the crowning of the Witchlight monarch."
Dragonfly rides, wasn't it, Sherlock?
Aye.
Hurley says, "Right, I will take my leave now. I've got to sort this bloody mess out at the big top because I am to security. And I will hopefully see you back here in 4 hours."
Before he goes, I'll say you don't know anything about a odd blue-looking child with a pig mask and a lollipop, do you? Last seen in the Hall of Illusions, and they seem to be able to walk through a mirror.
I have never seen a small child walk through a mirror. However, a small child that does kind of ring a bell. I may have seen her around the carnival. She is definitely not an employee of the Witchlight Carnival. I know all of the staff intimately.
Have you seen her just on this one occasion that this carnival set up, or have you seen her before?
I don't recall rightly, but I swear I've seen her more than once. I would certainly be happy to ask around with the staff if that would make me feel any better for you.
Well, yes, because seemingly this particular character may be responsible for people losing attributes, not things, attributes, characteristics of their self. and I believe that was where your mime lost his voice. Most alarming.
It is. I shall look into this. I'm hoping once we get my brother back, this kind of messing about will cease to happen.
Well, I'm beginning to think she could be responsible for your brother going missing. Amongst other things, seems to be a lot of employees, not just visitors, have lost something, and this character is number one suspect.
Valar, you have my word as a bugbear that I will take care of.
Thank you very much.
Now, I have to go and mop the blood off the floor of the big top. And off he bustles, lifting up the board that's been placed across, and disappears into the big. So the crowd is ecstatic as you walk through the carnival, heading towards the Dragonfly Heights. You arrive.
I'll try to not look nervous.
Oh, this is going to be glorious. As you arrive, huge lily pads rest on the surface of the pool, glistening with phosphorescent algae. Giant dragonflies use the lily pads as landing platforms, buzzing loudly overhead with great wings as brilliant as stained glass windows, and alighting briefly to drop off and pick up excited passengers.
Semi-serious question, Nutmeg.
No?
Dragonflies don't eat fairies by any chance, do they?
Oh, I don't know.
Just I've never really met either before, and you know.
Well, the
It's
dragonflies,
curious.
don't they? They probably eat people. That's what dragons do.
Near the entrance, a small smiling tree turns your way and beckons you over. A red squirrel clings to its leaf canopy, peering you suspiciously.
Oh, well, I'll have to lean over
Moral
and look.
search. Oh, squirrel.
All right, lads.
Hello. Welcome to the Dragonfly Ride, says the tree. The squirrel. Yes, welcome to the Dragonfly Ride. It's one ticket punch. Yes, one ticket punch. I already told him that. Red.
I'll greet the tree.
I'll greet the squirrel.
Hello.
My friends want to go on the dragonfly rides.
One ticket punch per person. I'm not surprised. It is the most fun ride in the entire of the carnival.
Oh,
Princess.
it's gonna be great. Right, I'll wait for everyone to get their tickets punched.
Yep.
Yeah, I hand my ticket over.
Punch me ticket.
I'll have to. Well, I'll go. Last and get me tickets punched. But I'm gonna have to have a quick word with them. And wait a second, guys. I've just seen my cousin Alan, and I'll just flutter away.
So that sounds like a deception roll to me, yeah? To see how well you do that.
I'm legendarily good at deception.
You are. I'm not making any specific differently because we'll just see how well it comes out. Not great. Nutmeg looks a bit shifty, maybe a little narrow of the eyes as he claims he's seen his cousin Alan and turns around and dashes away.
I shout after him, I didn't know you had a cousin.
Yeah. More like a kissing cousin, and
It disappears into the crowd.
I bet you haven't got any dragonflies that can take me.
Well, they are quite big. They would have to pick you up by the. Would have to put a harness or a saddle on you and pick you up if that would be all right. Because these are giant. Giant.
I don't know about that. I'll look by the gate. Is there any kids hanging around who would like a free ride, or instead that I can bring joy to the life with using
Oh
my
yeah, I'm
ticket?
sure you could do that. So you punch your ticket. I want to go on a ride, but we haven't got any ticket punches left. My mum says I can't have another ticket.
You can have mine. There you go, little boy.
Oh, thank you. You are the best. Thank you so much. I've got to tell everybody you're awesome.
Yay.
Nothing says, that was nice of you. Real nice of you.
I'm a little bit scared of heights as well, so I would rather somebody else had some fun.
Okay. Well, the dragonflies are trained to just fly around in a figure of eight in a lazy way. It's more of a kid's ride. Red says, yeah, it is a kid's ride. Well, I mean, some people do try and steal them, of course, but, we're not insured for that, so just a disclaimer that all unauthorised rides are not covered by insurance by the Carnival. Please step this way. Trent indicates with a sweep of his branches.
I shall step that way.
It's so nice to see a fellow anthropomorphic animal, as it were. I hope you has a lovely ride, says the squirrel.
I'll hand my ticket over and get it punched.
You get a ticket punch. Yep. Sherlock, just you.
Yeah, I'm going to take you over.
So,
I'm walking in.
you get your tickets punched and you astride your chosen dragonflies. There's a loud droning noise as the wings beat faster and they slowly take off and begin to run a lazy figure eight around.
Oh man, I missed them. Just with Tony
no.
at the queue. I couldn't see Alan.
As you all slowly figure it around the pond, a loud cry springs forth from a pad below you. There is a dwarf who's not put his safety harness on. Ah! He shouts. The dragonfly, it makes a loud agitated buzzing noise and shoots up vertically and then zigzags. Help, he says, barely holding on. Help! I should have never gotten on this bloody thing.
I'll try and guide my dragonfly to the block.
Can I have? Actually, I'll give you all a perception, but obviously Earl and Dobbsy are not on the dragonfly.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to be, but
Yeah, I know. You send your cousin Alan. So.
Yeah, well, I didn't catch up to him, but, he's very, gets it away, Nice weather today, isn't it?
Can I have here? Perception check. Yo.
Oh, Jesus, I think I had my eyes closed.
Well, I only had one eye open.
How the fucking hell did I roll that low?
Some going for a hobbit.
Holy crap. Yeah. So, Dave, you dig your knees in and to stave it off, I'm going to need a DC 12 animal handling.
I'll try and stay mine off after Sherlock.
Okay. Elvana? Wow, look at that.
Yeah, I'll help, but I'll follow them because they must have seen something I didn't.
So Dave zooms up with Andy and Elvana full behind, pulls a Maverick, flips his dragonfly inverted with his natural 20. What are you doing, Sherlock? They shout. As he heads over, the dwarf is barely hanging on, slips 1 foot hang over the
I grab a hold of him, of the dwarf.
You grab a hold of him. The dragonfly flies erratically. What I need from you is DC 14 animal handling check. Earl, as you see this, everyone goes ooh and looks up, and you notice at the corner of your eye somebody in a blue robe slipping out of the side of the ride. They look back over their shoulder. You see a large black beak, and then they turn and begin to run towards the crowd.
I'll nudge my donkey pal, and we'll go out and give pursuit.
I thought you'd wandered off.
I did wander off, but I did come back, and I had missed the ride. I will head, and if he's not there with me, I will go and pursue.
So, Nutmeg flies over Dubsy, and what do you say to him?
I'll turn around and go, Dubsy, over there. Let's go.
All right. I'll go after him.
I'll not give him any explanation, but at this point now, we're at hot pursuit.
So you leap off into the crowd, with all Nutmeg saying is that away. Meanwhile, Sherlock, the dwarf is now hanging by your hand, but his leg is caught in the stirrup on the dragonfly. So you're flying along. You attempt to calm the dragonfly, but fail. Britwick and Elvana, you see this dwarf going, "Don't drop me! Oh God, don't drop me!"
Can I try and manoeuvre me dragonfly so I can reach to untangle this dwarf's foot?
I would say yes. Give me a DC 12 animal handling check.
Right, okay.
There you go. Right, so you can't get close enough. You do that thing where you get underneath him and then the dragonfly bumps. It bumps to one side. Dave, you managed to compensate, but the dwarf, he's like, "Please, God, I don't want to die." Elvanalor, you see Britwick attempt to pull this maneuver off, but sadly it's not.
Can I shout to the dwarf, "Don't worry, my son, I will pray for you"?
I'll when I see him fail, I'll try and do what he was trying to do. Unhitch his foot.
Right, so zooming in from the other side, Elvana comes in. Roll, Elvana. All right, she knocks him from the other side, and the dwarf's foot comes loose, and he's now swinging it by his fingertips. Sherlock,
Don't drop him, Sherlock.
I'm going to need DC 12 athletics. A strength athletics quest roll. As the dwarf is literally hanging onto you by his fingertips. Oh God, I'm gonna die! Ah! As he does that thing where it slips again, and then boom, the dwarf begins to fall. Right, you all have 1 round. What do you plan to do? As the dwarf,
I'm going to get the dragonfly to fly underneath him, so he lands on the dragonfly.
Okay.
Slowly.
Yeah, and if he misses Sherlock, I want to be right next to him, so he might land on mine.
Okay. And Elvalan, what are you doing?
I'll fly underneath both of them. I'll be the last resort.
So in formation, you turn your dragonflies. Oh, just roll that. I clicked the wrong one. On the plus side, we know that Britwick can catch him if he gets close enough. So steering with your knees. "21, yes, Elvanlo." So Sherlock goes in, swipes, misses. He plummets past him. Underneath him, Britwick comes in. reaches out from his hand. The dwarf misses and goes, "Oh God, I'm gonna die!" And then just underneath Elvanilor, boom! He like literally, because of your awesome roll, lands in the seat in front of you.
It was only because the wind blew me ears across me face. I couldn't see.
Ah! He says, and then stops and looks at you. And he goes, "Oh, thank God! Thank you, my lady! Thank you so much."
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. We'll get you to land. I'll motion for the dragonfly to land.
You pull the dragonfly down. It comes down to the ground. The dragonfly flutters to a land. The dwarf leaps off, starts kissing the ground. Ah, they said dwarf shouldn't fly.
Did I notice where the other two went off to?
No, they just shot off because of a series of terrible rolls from you lot.
I'll pat the dragonfly in that and praise it up.
It says. Right. I need an athletics roll from you two as you pay it off.
Oops.
Right. So, Nutmeg, are you riding on the back of Dobbsy?
No, I'm smashing my way through the crowd because I'm trained in that sort of thing.
Right. So you run towards the crowd. You
Flutter,
run
mate.
round the
Flutter.
side of one of the smaller tents, but Dobbsy stumbles straight into the rope holding the tent up, and gets his legs tangled up in it. You hear a curse from behind you as Dobbsy gets himself entangled in the tent.
I'm a firm believer in leaving no man behind, but he ain't no man, so I keep going.
So you run off ahead, Dobbsy. You're going to spend a round untangling yourself. However, by the time you manage to do so, it's disappeared into the crowd.
I'll just follow the commotion.
Carving a path. I will sprint.
Right, that is an awesome roll. So what happens is you think you lose sight of him or her. You see the flash of blue, and then what happens is that's also a good one. Right, so you see a flash of blue. It looks at you. The black raven face of the Kenkyo looks at you. It turns away. It dashes around the side of a cart that's like selling candy canes, things like that. But you're a second behind, and then as you run around the corner, that face isn't there. The colour blue's not there, and the crowds are just spread out in front of you. You were definitely on top of them, but they've changed. They must have the ability to either shape change or change their appearance.
A clever bastard. Right, look down. I was writing his tracks. Follow his tracks.
So sadly the amount of tracks, the sheer amount of tracks, stamps the muddy ground into unrecognisable shit. But give me a survival. No, sadly, the tracks are lost in the general mush.
I'll save and look around.
You sees, you bastard. You see them looking around. Yeah, you've lost sight of. So, Dobbsy, you unentangle yourself and run round the corner of the tent to see Nutmeg standing there, fuming.
What's up, bud?
Little kinky bastard just got away. He's definitely a shape changer.
Right.
Yeah, Dobbsy, I've got a secret to tell you, all right? And I'll lean over to him and go, and whisper in his ear and not say anything. I'll just go rhubarb, rhubarb. But I'll look around to see if anyone's trying to listen.
Okay, give me a perception doobly do. You cock your ears around, and you're fairly sure that there's nobody specifically listening to you or making any sort of subterfuge type ways to find what you're doing.
Oh, okay. Oh, rhubarb, rhubarb. When we catch him, kick him in the fucking head.
I sniff the ground, Rich.
Is that a centaur thing? That racy thing?
I don't know. How good's my sense of smell? Have I got better sense of smell than a human, or?
I don't think so.
No, okay, then I won't bother.
So, you smell nothing, and everybody looks a little strangely at you. What are you to do now?
I wonder why he's trying to kill that dwarf. Better go and ask him some questions.
Okay, so you head back to the Dragonfly ride. Back at the Dragonfly rides, you've dismounted and patted the dwarf down. He's like, yeah, oh, thank you, oh God, you saved my life. I'm
Just before...
Ferric Silverfist. Anything I can help you with, honestly. I owe you my life.
As we're walking back, Rich, I ask him where this Kenku went out of the Dragonfly ride paddock thing.
It was just to the side. So if you're on the main map, he slipped out between the arch entrance and the small hut with looks like having a clover leaf next to it.
Ah, right, okay. What I want to do is I want to hide near where he went. He got out in case he comes back to like follow the dwarf or try and nobble him again.
That sounds like a stealth roll to me. Go on, give me a stealth. You So you hide next to a tent or behind barrels or something. Nutmeg comes back into the Dragonfly ride. What are the saviors of the dwarf doing?
I shall ask the dwarf to join me in a prayer.
I will happily do that, sir.
If I say the other two, I'll ask them what happened with them, where they went up to.
Oh, well, I saw me cousin Alan, but I missed him in the crowd. And then on the way back, I saw the dwarven fella there fall, and then I noticed that Kenku lad slipped out the fucking gate. So I give chase, me and the lad there, but he got away. He's a shape changer. I don't know if that's a thing with Kenku. Don't know a lot about him. So, Mister Whiskers Beard Boy, what did you do to piss off the blue cloak Kenku?
I don't know what you mean. I've never met a Kenku in my life.
Is that right? I'll incite him.
You will incite him.
I'll lean forward with one eye open. Is that right?
Please tell me. Oh, there's just one more thing. You are fairly confident that it's
So maybe you weren't the intended target.
the Kenku would have ran out past Northwind in Red.
I'll head over to them. I'll head over to them.
Yeah. So Nutmeg asks some pertinent questions and sort of, are you being all coy, or are you doing a Columbo and sort of squinting with one eye?
Oh, I'm literally squinting one eye. I'm literally hamming it up. This character is hammed up to like 300% ham. He's literally the pork district in York 4 years ago when it was good.
You stare intently at this guy, like, and then goes, for like a good 20 seconds. You go, okay, and then walk off again.
Okay.
What about the rest of you?
I shall leave the dwarf with a blessing and then trail along behind Nutmeg.
Okay. Sheila and Elvana. Sheila, this sounds like right up your alley. Elvana and Sheila, what would you like to do?
I'll ask some more about what's going on about this Kent coup. Can you describe
it? The dwarf has no idea. Are you asking Earl?
I don't know. But I'm gonna find out.
It's like a big crow in a blue hooded robe with the hood pulled up. Tracy, what about you?
I'm just listening to what's going on. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do to track the kangaroo down, if it can shape change its appearance. Likely it was the kangaroo that we saw in the Hall of Illusions.
I'll talk the squirrel.
Well, we're heading over there now.
One anthropomorphic animal to the other. Yes, that. I'll ask Red if he knows anything about it, if he's seen it before, or is this like a totally new thing? And did he say where it went?
Red says, "No, my lips are sealed because confidentiality clause when signing contract and all that." And Northwind says, "Yeah, I'm not supposed to tell secrets." This squirrel shoots a look at Northwind. "Keep your trap shut." And he's like, "I don't know what you mean. He's just friendly, that is all."
This squirrel a friend of yours? I'll sit there.
Yes, he's my best friend.
I know, the Britwick. I'll say to Britwick, this squirrel a friend of yours?
Oh, sorry.
Not particularly. I've just met him the same time you did.
So you wouldn't miss him if he was no longer around, then? Now, I don't like secrets, so listen to me, Nutkin.
Red is currently staring at Northwind, and he's saying, loose lips sink ships." And Northwind says, "I don't know what you're talking about. My lips are made of bark." And Red says, "Sorry, I have signed a confidentiality agreement."
Can I have a look at that agreement?
"I do not have it to hand with Mr. Witch and Mr. Light." Northwind says, "I haven't signed anything like that. Where did you get one of them?"
Why don't you take your new friend to have a chat and maybe a hot dog there, Britwick? We'll look after your other friend.
All right, then. Can I interest you in a custard cream, Red?
I'm going to say give me a DC 10 persuasion check.
Okie dokie.
That sounds lovely. I haven't had a break in 8 hours. Northwind, don't you tell nobody nothing, mind. Remember? I don't know what you're talking about, Red. So Red happily hops onto your shoulder, Andy. "So, these custard creams, they sound very nice. Where do we get one of them?"
I'll wait till he's out of earshot.
He babbles away to Andy.
Right. As I'm wandering away, can I try a bit of sleight of hand to take one out of me pocket and just make it magically appear in me hand?
Oh yeah, absolutely. DC 10 average check. Oh, he says, they're in your pocket. That's where we get one from.
Yes.
Your luck strikes again, Andy.
Yes, it does. Of course it does. What did I expect?
Oh, it's in the pub. Nibble, nibble, nibble. Oh, as he goes out for his shot. Northwind says, I'm sorry about the ride, Nutmeg. I don't know.
Oh, that's all right. You know the little Kenko guy we were talking about?
Well, I'm not supposed to say this, but I did see a Kenko coming in just before that happened. Yes.
Oh, what did he do? He must have looked a bit noticeable if you noticed him. Your mate was just telling us earlier that you're very perceptive.
Well, I'm not supposed to say this, but he seemed to cast a spell. He was waving his hands about, and then he shouted something, and it sounded like this. And I don't know what he said because I couldn't understand him.
And when he shouted that, was he like pointing at something?
Yeah, as it happens, he was pointing at that dragonfly. What went mad?
And he went, "Z-z-z-z-z." Does it sound a bit like...
No, it was more like...
And does that sound a little bit, just a little bit, like what dragonflies sound like?
Well, I'm not supposed to say this, but yeah, it does.
Oh, interesting.
Odd that.
You've been great help. If you see him again, do me a little favour. Let me know without him knowing. That'd be great.
You don't. I mean, I'm not supposed to say this, but you don't think it's the same Kenku what Mr. Witch and Mr. Light was talking about when I overheard them at the staff canteen the other day, do you?
Oh, I don't know. What were they saying? I might be able to help and tell you if they're... Yeah, I'll need the rest of the information to be able to fill that in.
Well, I'm not supposed to say this, but apparently there's a troublemaker, and he sent a threatening letter.
A threatening letter?
A threatening letter. Mr. Witch was telling Mr. Light, and he said if we don't tell him where it is, he's going to make trouble for the place.
Interesting.
Well,
thank you very much, mate.
I mean, that's probably not the same one, is it?
No, there's loads of them about. See them on every corner.
It's true that. And I mean, I'm not supposed to say this, but like, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light aren't even the Carnival's original owners, you know. They're not even from the Feywild. Doesn't matter though, we're all big one happy family.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, who used to own it?
Yeah.
Wasn't it that fairy woman?
I mean, I'm not supposed to say this, but we had some other elves. We met up with a carnival, and then they kind of swapped. I don't know what deal they made.
Swapped?
Yeah, it happened quite a long time ago. I mean, don't tell anybody because you understand. I'm not supposed to say any of this.
Oh, I won't tell a word. Mum's the word, mate.
Mum is the word.
As is bird.
Said the bird. Bird is the
Bird
word.
is the word. Been very helpful. Very helpful indeed. Well, we saved the little fella with the beard. Well, you did.
Yeah. I didn't say anything out of turn either. So Red
Nothing.
can't get mad at me.
No, anyway, he's enjoying a custard cream, isn't he? He'll be quite happy. He'll be too busy eating his custard.
I'm sure he will be.
And at the end of the day, and I'll tap my nose, confidential informants. Never say a word about them, mate.
No.
I'll write down I'll get me book out, me little book, and write down confidential informant, 2 silver pieces, and put it back in my pocket because I can claim for having one of them.
You can. Okay, so you're still passing around the carnival the small stall. Everybody is met back outside the drug after Nutmeg seems to have learned important information, sharing this with the party. Nutmeg.
Yep, I'm going to tell him everything. I spill my guts. Right. Looks like this Kenko has sent a threatening letter to the two jobbers in charge and wants to know where something is. And he's told them he's going to be disruptive. And they've been talking about it, but they've been keeping it on the DL, you know?
Bet the Kenko wants to know where the fair gate is.
Could be. And apparently, just apparently, like, this whole place was run by some bugger else. And they swapped carnivals. I don't know if that's usual or not. Not big on the old carnival scene? Hey, Princess, what do you know about swapping carnivals?
Only that I was at one when I was very young. That's all I've really know about it. But can we remember anything about it, Richie?
All
Does
you
it
remember
have
is
to be the same one? Is there any spark of memory as we're going round that, like, oh yeah, remember this or remember that?
Yeah,
Or
you're getting distant flashes of smells and sights and sounds, and you do remember that you definitely sneaked in without paying.
was there anything that would that was memorable at the carnival
It was
that
so long
stood
ago.
out?
It's so long ago that nothing stands out. It's just like an awful hangover dream when you're hammered and you just remember flashes of colour and light.
Just because I was just wondering if we'd all been at the other fair and not this one, or would it been a once in a lifetime thing, where they say that people can only enter it once. So I was just curious.
I just had a thought. What if we from different times?
What do you mean?
Well, let's say I'm from the year 22, and maybe you from the year 70, and she's from the year -10.
No,
we
it's
travelled
all right.
in time to here.
Guy I used to work with used to say time was a cousin. An uncle. No, a sister.
Well,
no, he said it was all relative. That was it.
My age, my chronological age is 77, but obviously because of us being an elf, probably mid-20s, probably.
Well, what I was thinking, is out of game thing, is it the restaurant at the end of the universe, where people travel from different times in the past to the same time to have a meal?
This is above my pay grade, mate. I think we should carry on our plan, but keep an eye out for little Kenku, because he's got some answers he has. And if you see him, point him out, and we all get him. He's a shape changer, so watch yourselves. All right, and he cast a spell on that dragon, and he said, "Zzz," as he cast the spell. Now, I think he was talking in dragonfly. So he's either dragonfly in disguise, or he's one of these nature jobbies.
What do you mean by that? I'll look, and my eyes will narrow when I look at you.
He's either a dragonfly in disguise, or he's one of them nature jobbies.
What's a nature jobby?
You know, them nature jobbies. Aye, them. The ones that, do all the magic-y stuff with animals.
Watch it there, Smallin.
What? They run around the woods naked all the time.
You should try it sometime.
You joke, aren't you? Wolves in the woods. Anyway, we're getting nowhere talking. I think we've got to keep on walking. What's at the feasting orchard?
Is that where you're heading?
Have we been there before? I don't think we have. I
You
could
didn't.
No,
use,
we haven't.
I could use
They
a
in the
pie.
mine.
Right, let's head that way and get a pie. I mean, assess the situation.
So as you walking along, on the left there, you've got some small stalls. One of the stalls has bright blue candy cane stripe paint on it, and it's for 1 ticket punch. It buys a snacks. You can buy a snack served on a large flower petal, or a beverage served in a fist-sized snail shell.
Oh, that'll do, mate.
Step right
That'll
up
do.
for 1 ticket punch. Blue frosted cupcakes, candied apple on a stick, a Euphoria cookie, evening berry wine. Please note, Euphoria cookies are only available for adults only. Fairy bell nectar, pixie tarts, sugar glazed button mushrooms, or tree sap lollipops. Step right up, get your beverages
Oh, I
here.
think I'll have
Only
one of them Euphoria mushrooms.
I'll have
Might
a
as well go
beverage,
all
I
out.
think.
Oh, Euphoria cookie. Yes, madam, are you of adult age? Please hold
Yeah,
out
but she
your
hides it well.
ticket.
Hold out my ticket.
Right, she punches it with a hand punch, reaches under the counter, pulls out a large cookie. It looks like it's dusted with sparkling glitter of some kind, which shimmers prismatically. It turns from green to purple and back. Please don't fly or operate any heavy machinery after consuming a Euphoria cookie for the period of 1 hour.
I'll hang on to that. That might be handy.
I'll take a beverage, if that's all right.
Certainly.
And I shall hold out my ticket to be punched.
He punches your ticket. I believe your ticket's getting quite low now.
Yeah.
I'll have
think
a
that's...
pixie tart.
What was the choice of beverages again? Sorry.
We have evening berry wine, non-alcoholic, obviously for the kiddies. Fairy bell nectar, harvested from our very own fairy bell flowers.
Fairy bell nectar, I think.
So they pour this into this snail shell, and it kind of tastes like sugar with blueberries.
That'll do, mate. That will do nicely.
So here we go. I'm going to dump them in the party sheet because they do have their actual little doobly-doos. There's your Euphoria cookie, Tracy. Just you can actually click on it. On the dragon, it'll tell you all about it. And 1 fairy bell nectar for Andy.
Lovely.
I'll have a pixie tart.
And a pixie tart for the good sir, coming right up. She lifts up a clear glass cake stand and bangs you a pixie tart into the... Somebody hasn't collected their pixie dust that they won as a game reward. Also, they haven't collected their balloon animal. Who hasn't collected their balloon animal?
I didn't have one, and I didn't win pixie dust. I'm not sure if it was Bracy. Did you?
Bracy
get
won
the
some pixie dust and somebody else won some.
I asked for a unicorn and I just got a horse.
No, it's a unicorn that's missing its horn. He was very specific about that.
Ah, so we might be able to find a horn for it.
So, also around here there is a sign on the small tent that says, "Win a prize! Beat the gnome in the gnome poetry slam competition."
I think I'm not much good at that sort of thing.
So, if you don't wish to slam poetry against some gnomes,
Well,
Yeah.
do you have a meat pie and maybe some ale?
sorry, nothing of any nutritional value is sold at these stalls.
Oh, well, okay then. Thanks.
I'll try
I'll
one of
leave it.
these gnome slam things and how much have I got left for my ticket?
I am not sure because I moved all of the paperwork. And I think you have about 3 left.
Yeah, do a gnome slam thing then.
Aha, I found my little book because we had some visitors around today, so we had to move everything. Okay, so there's like a small gnome there. He's got, if you imagine Spider-Man 3, emo Spider-Man, he's got black spiky hair, he's got coal under his eyes. He's like, so you think you got what it takes to take me, huh? He's got his like elevated goth boots on. I eat halflings like you for lunch. Ha! I have found your ticket punches.
Is that
Dave, you
why
have
you
used 5 now.
is that why you have permanent indigestion, small person?
Is he threatening me?
Bring it. No, he's threatening Dave. He's up in your face, Dave, like giving it the old. What do you want to say about me, huh? Come on then.
Oh, it's an insult, is it?
Yeah. Poetry slam though.
Poetry slam.
All right. Find it. You got a book of poetry?
Just right. Just the. You've just
He's a
got to.
gnome, ain't he?
Yeah, you just got to rhyme the words back to him. I think.
All right then. There was a
So
young
step right
gnome.
over. He hands you a microphone, like one of those plastic kiddie microphones,
Okie dokie.
and he starts spitting some sweet rhymes about how halflings can't take their beer, and they can only have half as many cookies as gnomes. I need three successful checks within 5 rolls. So he spits it out. Everybody laughs at you. Set this charisma performance. There you go, Dave. Gnomes, they're the best. You stutter as you begin to thing it. Everybody laughs. He's got his arms crossed in that like rapper thing. His pants are halfway down, showing the crack of his ass. He launches into his second verse, saying how halfling holes are all smelly, and they're better used as latrines. So, give me a comeback on that one. Not 20. Ooh, what? Dave, you let forth such a stream. What do you say?
I say gnomes wonder because gnomes got no gnome to go to.
Oh, like the whole crowd goes, ooh, like that. He stomps back. And then I'll give that 2 successes for your nat 20. He stutters a bit. You've obviously rattled him. And he's like, all you can do is walk. Oh, another 20. And Dave, so you put him well down. How do you finish this cocky little gnome out?
You should have been a ranger, the gnome ranger.
Ooh. I would personally have gone with lawn ornament, but yeah, so you slam him and he backs off. The crowd cheers for you. Fine, he says. You win. No hard feelings. Holds it out for a fist bump.
I bumped my fist.
He holds your hand up. He's like, "Give it up for what's your name there, lad?
Sherlock.
Give it up for Sherlock." And for that, you win not one, but 2 prizes. You get a cuddly toy spider. Dropping them in the inventory for you now, Dave. You like that one? You get a cuddly toy spider, and you get a bottle of Witchlight wine.
Can I just say, when we're supposed to be making sure that Dobby is the most eligible to win the thing? By us taking more part in more things and leaving Dobby out, isn't he going to be least favoured to be up on stage when, you know?
Possibly.
Possibly.
Or he was going to somehow hide round the back. I don't know how he's going to do that, but I'm sure him and the dice will tell us.
I just think you lot have got a weird way of going round things.
Well, that's without a doubt. Completely.
Well, I did wait for somebody else to do it, but nobody was interested.
Dobby, do you not want to take part?
Well,
since you seem to be the most skilled, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Don't know who's listening in case that fucking Kenku bastard's here.
I've got my eyes on
All
swirls.
and Yimble, the gnome rapper. Yo, step right up. I'm all and Kimble. I don't need to be held on a gimbal.
But I bet you shit right into a thimble.
Dum-dum-cha!
Go, go, go!
So, you want to take it? You want to take on all and Kimble? Kimble?
Go on then. I'll give it a go.
This is going to go well. Okay then. So, he spits some mean rhymes about how you're not really a horse, you're only a donkey. Because you're only medium-sized.
Ooh, that's harsh.
Dobbsy tries to retort, but he stumbles his words. Orlan's like backing around the stage, giving it the old "bring it" thing. It doesn't look impressed at all. Go for it. Give me another performance. Oh, because of your stat, it's another failure. He's now stumbling over his words, and you're sweating profusely as you fail to get the rhyme. And he's like, "Yo, Dobbsy, I heard your man was a tart. You're only good for pulling my cart. Woo, what? Oh, yeah, you're losing this
killing
badly.
herself.
You're losing this badly. Not 20! Woo, 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 woo. So how do you come back to all in Yimble?
I make some comment about, I'm the only one on this stage that's hung like a horse.
Ooh, the crowd goes, ooh, and he's like, whoa, that's 2 successes. So you have 2 rolls left, you need to get 1 success. Like that, as he says, cracks his neck.
I can do that for him if you want.
You're Dobbsy. You might be hung like a horse, but only blind women could contact you in Morse, he says, as he seems to stumble a bit over his words. Another nat 20!
Oh, yes!
Yeah, how do you put this dude right down?
I say, well, you might not have a little bit of Sentinel in you, but your mama sure did.
Ooh,
Oh, he
No,
went to
you
your mama.
didn't. He went for
Oh,
your
he
mama.
did.
No, you did not. And he's like, whoa, dude, it's only a game. He's like, edgy voice has gone. He's like, whoa, hang on, it's only a game, man. Says, right, well, we have another winner. I'm gonna issue you 2 prizes. Obviously, you also get a cuddly toy spider. What else?
Hope nannies have got
A
fear of
wooden
spiders.
wand. There you go. They're in the parcels for you. Wooden wand and a toy spider. Nice. So help yourself to those. Put them in your inventory. With that, he says, okay, we're going on a tea break now. I'll be back to spit some rhymes and waste some time in half an hour. As he shuts the tent as you leave, clutching your prizes to your breast. Yeah, you started badly, but you recovered well.
I think if you look, right, we could go down to the bubble pop teapot, the Pixie King, or beat the Pixie Kingdom now, won't we?
Gotta go to the mine place. There's the mine.
Yeah, we'll go to the bubble pop teapot and then down to the mine and then swing round to the Hall of Illusion.
You guys are kind of here.
Can we buy extra tickets?
Yes, 8 silver pieces. So.
Yeah, but we're going to go to the Feasting Orchard first while we were up here.
Yeah, true.
Andy's used 6 punches. Tracy's used 4 punches.
Well, we're at the Feasting Orchard. At the Feasting Orchard, that's what we bought the stuff from.
No, that was like a sideshow thing.
Yeah.
Earl's used 5 punches. Dave, you've used 2, 3, 4, 5 punches as well. And Bracy, you've used 3 punches because a lot of the rides you can't actually get on.
Well, we should be all right for punches as long as we grab an extra one before we leave. So I figure we pick up the pace, boys and girl, and head down to the bubble pop teapot. Because I'll tell you what, going for a snack is probably going to take a little bit longer, isn't it?
Well, as you're up near the Feasting Orchard, I'll just give you a description of it. Music and mirth radiate from the park. A heady sense of flowers, mead, and berry pie waft through the air. Stilt walkers pluck fruit from trees, musicians drum, pipe, and strum, and everywhere there is singing, dancing, and an inordinate amount of custard. It's in giant vats. It's been slopped onto the tables. See that thing at the back with the pie on top? That is a gigantic barrel full of warm custard.
Well, it is custard. Don't have spotty dick, do they? Or treacle tart.
A big sign hangs above the door. Eating contest!
We're up, let's go.
Win a prize!
I'm not reading anymore. Don't need the words. Go, eating contest, let's go. Let's go. Come on, hurry up, everyone.
I was like, shouldn't we go there? Whoa, wait a minute. We've got an eating contest. So you move into the Feasting Orchard.
Yeah.
Do I have, this is the question, a map of the Feasting Orchard? Yeah, I do. Feasting Orchard, no grid. It has a massive barrel with an enormous pie on the top. The pie actually looks big. And custard is flowing everywhere. Let the custard flow!
Custard, bring me custard.
There are several tables left out. And the goblin barker is shouting, 1 ticket punch, enter the eating contest, win a very, very special cupcake. Very special cupcake.
Go on then.
I'll go straight over. I'm on Saturdays.
Very well. Come get. There's another barker with him. Who's having a ticket to punch? Andy?
No, I'd better not.
Oh, I absolutely.
Earl is definitely up for the eating contest. Yeah.
Is
Anyone
it wrong
else?
to punch a ticket
It's
twice?
unladylike for me to stuff my face. It's not a done thing. So
If Dougie doesn't enter, I will enter.
if you need a spare punch to enter, you're welcome to use my ticket.
Right, so
I
Dave,
think Alvana should go wrestle in warm custard.
yeah, Davey, you're
Oh,
having a punch. Anyone else entering?
Racer, you?
Oh yeah, I am.
Dobbsy, you are on 4 punches now.
He's like, oh, see that?
It does. Right, so you step up and there's a prize. There's like behind the bar, so you get your ticket to punch. There's like a shelf with like spotlights shining down on this particularly delicious looking cupcake covered in pink icing with a large cherry on it. Take your seats, ladies and gentlemen, entering the contest. Take your seats.
does Dobsy get advantage? Because doesn't he have more than one stomach or something?
No, that's a cow.
I guess.
I tried for you,
literally
Bracy.
do.
I tried.
Yeah, but I literally do eat like a horse.
So you move yourselves over to the appropriate table and you sit down. Several tables are filled with a random assortment of carnival goers. And on each table is a gigantic pile of small glazed cupcakes, each filled with a dollop of berry custard. Goal is simple. You eat as many cupcakes as you can in 60 seconds. Are you ready?
I was born ready. I'll make sure there's enough within arm's reach. I'll get a few extra within arm's reach.
Okay, you're gonna love this.
Let's just say I'm not
Who you
sitting
put
in
that time?
Select all PCs and roll initiative. Right, each player can easily wallop down a number of cupcakes equal to 3 plus your constitution modifier. So how many?
I'm not partaking in the eating.
Yeah.
I'm just going to sit back and watch them.
I'm just going to drop the non-partitioned initiative to 0.
So did you say 3 plus your con modifier?
Yes.
That would be 5.
I got 4 then.
There's 5.
5.
Oh.
Earl, Dave, Chrissy. So you got 5 for Earl, 5 for Chrissy, and 4 for Dave.
Yeah.
Right.
I
So,
think
sorry, Dave. Go ahead.
said I've only got like +1 from a con. I wish it was like a zoom in because I need new glasses. Well, I've got new glasses, but
You can zoom in. Yeah, you can. I'll tell you how to do it later. You can set the UI. Right. So I've added the hazard cupcake to the. Dobbsy, you munch down 5 cakes simply. You grab the 6th cake. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Select all NPCs. So, double. What we need is a Constitution saving throw and DC. DC 10. Nice and easy. Right, Dobbsy, give us your roll. A 9. Oh dear. Right. You begin. You let out a loud belch as you force the cupcake down. You manage to get it down. However, you take a D8 plus the damage. Oh, you Dobbsy grasps at his bulging stomach. Actually, I could select 3.
Custard damage. Love it.
Right. The you other 2. What I'll do is I don't need to do initiative. Right. So give us a roll.
Wouldn't that be a constitution check?
Right. A constitution check. Right. Nutmeg. Get 1 down. Easily. Chris on 6, but his stomach is bulging and he lets out a loud belch. Sadly, Sherlock, you don't manage to you get it down, but you manage to get it down, Dave, but you take 8 points of custard damage. Okay, Dave, you start to belch. New round. It is now harder DC. You're like, oh no, yes, it is. So now DC 11. You look each other in the eye, two of you burping, custard dribbling out the side of your mouth.
Oh, I threw up everywhere.
Oh no, Nutmeg succeeds once more. Easily munches down. He's on cupcake 7. Sadly, the cupcake causes a D8 custard damage to Sherlock. Right, Sherlock, you force the cupcake down. You try to solve it, you can't get it out. Then with a loud, you double over, vomiting the rest of the cupcake onto the floor. And the bar shouts, "He's out! He's out!" Who was shown for a halfling supposed to be able to eat? Now, let's see custard damage. Dobsy is also down, attempts to have another cupcake, lets out a loud fart and collapses with custard running out of his mouth. That just
horse fart.
We have a winner. Earl.
I'm not finished yet.
Whoa! He goes for another cupcake.
Yeah.
Right.
Time's not up, is it?
The bar. No.
Well, keep fucking eating then.
A success.
Oh God Almighty!
8. That is on round 4. So you've got another 2 rounds yet.
Keep them going.
The bot's like, this is amazing. He's on 8 cupcakes. 8. Oh, he's starting to struggle. Your cheeks bulge as you start to like force it down.
Oh, I've got this.
Nutmeg. I have a D8 plus damage on you. Ooh, you managed to get it down, but you look good. It's the last round. Can you last the entire round? No, DC 14 con save.
Uh-oh.
That's crit fail. That's double damage.
Projectile vomit.
Both ends simultaneously.
You take 11 points of custard damage. It just goes as it just projectile vomits. So please,
can I exorcist it? Literally spinning my head around. I'm Animal Housing it just everywhere.
He turns to look at you. He turns to look at you, Elvanna and Britwick, as just custard vomit pours out of your mouth in a
I dive under the table.
I want an athletics check from you.
You can have one. You can have one. Look at this.
Although I would accept acrobatic.
I did say before we started off, I wasn't sitting in the first row. I'm sitting right back.
Britwick dives underneath the table as this stream of vomit passes across where he was going before. So where are you sitting, Elvanna?
At the back. I wasn't going to sit near the front because I had visions of them being sick. So I don't know how far you can be sick.
So you dance backwards out of range of the stream. Nutmeg. Britwick has avoided that as you can see Sherlock and Dobsy lying there, sort of holding their stomachs, farting and burping. Oh, custard running out the side of their mouth. You still have a good stream going. Is there anything you want to do before you finish it off?
Yeah, I'll basically like. Who's the guy who's doing the announcements?
He's a goblin announcer, but he is over by the stage, so luckily he's out of range.
Right, okay. I'll wait till I've stopped being sick, then I'll pick another one up and eat it.
Right,
I've made room now.
Incredulously, he manages to pick another cupcake, and he chucks it down. The table is drenched in vomit. Gracie and Sherlock, obviously, you don't die, but you recover your wounds after a few short minutes, and the announcer says, "Step forward, we have a winner." It is Nutmeg.
Forward.
You flutter forward, and he goes, "I present to you," as he holds his hand up, "the cupcake of invisibility."
Oh, thank you very much. Should I eat it now?
Only if you want to, but beware, it only lasts for a while.
I'll probably better not then. I'll keep it in my cupcake pocket.
Sure. You notice you're getting a lot of carnival prizes of various things. There you go. Oh, there is your cupcake. The cupcake functions like a potion of invisibility, which will last up to an hour.
That could be handy.
Very handy.
Indeed.
Oh, that was delicious. Thank you very much.
I've also got a potion of advantage, guys.
That could also be very handy.
Get you to drop on things if you need to.
I think
not say any more than that in public.
We should add Dan to the bubble pop teapot, I think.
I'll look at Dobsy and
no, wait!
Sherlock and say, "Are you two all right? You look a bit green round the gills."
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, they don't look great, I'm not going to lie, but they are unhurt. They haven't been killed by customers. Although that would be very funny if they were.
A quick question. Have we had our fortunes told?
Tracy's had a fortune told. It's by Madame Chiselbone.
Oh, yeah, I'm not.
The number 3 and 8 were lucky.
Right. In that case, I think we should head down to the teapot, boys and girls.
Shall we buy some more tickets on the way past?
Well, we are passing. It would be a shame not to.
Right, it's only 8 silver pieces. The Goblin Barker says, peers at you down his long tube. Back already? I say you must be trying everything that the carnival has to offer. I can advance the timer. Along there you go. Are you enjoying yourselves?
It's bloody great.
And I must say the place is absolutely bound to go. You must be doing something right. 8 silver pieces it is.
There you go, my good man.
So, you all buy second ticket.
Oh, I'm just staying with the one I've got. Because I think I've still got about, what is it,
Tracy
4
has
punches on?
4 punches. But the lady did not decide to partake in the eating contest.
So I've got punches spare if anybody needs them.
I think we're all right for now.
Right. So, having bought spare tickets, you're heading across to the Bubble Pop Teapot?
Yep.
It would be wise.
Yep.
Just out of curiosity, it's just next to the Bubble Pop Teapot, Tracy, and that one you got a few. There appears to be like a honey jar with a bee on the top.
They are the small stalls. And any of the non-named stuff is like small stalls. They've got attractions like Goblin Wrestling and things. some of them sell treats. That one probably sells, honey cupcakes or whatever.
Oh, honey, right? Yes, I'll have some honey.
We've got drinking honey. We've got honey cupcakes, honey blackjacks. We've got honey lollipops. We've got honey lollipops with honey dip.
Oh, I think some drinking honey. That sounds like a plan.
1 punch for a vial of drinking honey.
Right, I'll have a punch.
Okay, you've got a ticket with 7 punches on. As the woman serving behind the counter has a big, fake bee costume on, like is sweating outrageously, keeps wafting at her wings on her face to get like a bit of draft.
Oh, bless her.
Do come again, sir. I mean, yes, the refreshments are expensive at 1 punch, but there is a precedent for that. So, after a brief stop, you arrive at the Bubble Pot Tea. 20-foot tall teapot rests on a wooden platform, paint surface whirling with moving imagery of flying dragons breathing streams of bubble. The door at the base of the teapot allows entry to its interior. Those who enter emerge from the spout enclosed in a bubble that touches the floor off the planet. 7 goblins sit around the platform sipping tea from a cup. There's a sign that says rides are 1 punch, and underneath it says the word that you intend to say it, try saying it a different way. Goblin approaches you and says, "All right, Chinas, my name's Tricklewise. Can I interest you in a wind and tide?"
And what's that when it's at home, Governor?
A ride.
A ride? Don't you know the lingo?
Right. Go, yeah.
It costs 1
Macca.
stamp of your bramble thicket. If
Oh,
you want to
that's
go
not
on the
right.
gnarly tree knot.
Your bramble thicket, that sounds like a euphemism.
Here's my ticket. Let you stick it.
He chuckles and he says, "Just for you, little lady, because you talk the language," and hands you a small packet.
Ooh.
He stamps your ticket. And he says, "Just go through the port there into the bottom of the gnarly teapot, and then you'll be surrounded by a toilet trouble."
Here's my licket, don't pick it.
He says, "That's a good try, me old China." There you go, Tracy. There's your tea leaf. There's another one for you. He stamps your bramble thicket, Dave.
Yeah.
That's 7 for you. Go on in. Go on in.
I'll head
Ride
over.
around the carnival in a toilet trouble.
I'll head over and I'll go, all right, mate. You couldn't stamp me ticket so I can get into the teapot to ride around the carnival in a no, wait, that's not right, is it? No, right. 2 seconds. No, wait a second. I'll get this. Nope. You're not a Jemima, are you? Stamp me ticket so I can go inside this singing, the babbling, squeaking in the air.
He does laugh. And he says, "I tell you what, I'll take your bees and honey. That is absolutely bacon and gravy."
Well, you know, you always say.
He also hands you a packet of tea.
Oh, thank you very much. I'll pop up the apples and pears and jump in the old Jemima.
Anyone else?
Well, I'm going into what you call it.
Yes, don't forget to collect your scatterleaf tea, Dave, as you head up into
Thank
the bubble
you.
pot.
Get the
I
scat
don't
leaf
think I'll
chamber.
fit.
Yeah, I'm in the bubble pot.
He says, "Don't you worry, Inspector Morse. We'll be able to get you in."
Don't you mean inspectors?
You've disappeared out the spout and have appeared in a large bubble, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory style.
Is it near the ground?
No, it currently floats lazily over the carnival in random direction. But I estimate that if you moved your feet in a certain way, you could probably steer it about.
I want to steer it to the ground while screaming "Ah!" all the way down to the ground.
Oh yes, indeed. So you are about 15 feet in the air. So I need
Ah!
a DC 15 Constitution
Ah!
save and throw from you all.
Ah!
Right, so you're okay for the moment. You just start screaming as you attempt to
I do
steer
not
this bubble
scream.
to the ground.
I shout in a very manly, furry manner, and I'm heading down as fast as a kid. If
Right,
God meant us to fly, He'd give us wings. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, you manage to pedal the little bubble straight down to the ground, so you're hovering like 2 inches off the ground.
Oh, that's great. I'll go around like this. That's a nice day. Oh, better for finding things, this, isn't it? Look down there, see the bloke. Look down there, see the bloke. Perfect. It's exactly where I wanted to be. I'll try and put that off. So it looks like normal.
Very well. So, who does that leave? Tracy and
Me.
No, you went in, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Tracy and Dobbsy.
I went in because
Elvana.
didn't he give us directions to go down to the
yes, he did. Elvana. So just Dobbsy then standing, looking at this strange ride.
Okay, go on then, I'm game.
Oh, it's wonderful, mate.
So he punches your ticket, and you head in, and somehow through the magic of the magical bubble teapot, you pop out the top in an extra large bubble. It's spongy, but it doesn't look that safe as you all drift slowly over the carnival. Will drift in a random direction unless you wish to attempt to steer it. About 15, 20 feet in the air.
Yeah,
Except for Earls.
I'll try and steer it by can I like run in the bubble?
Yeah.
Like different directions. Oh, I do that then. Sounds like a laugh.
You begin to run.
I'm gonna try and steer mine and then slip over and like have the bubble spinning, but with me going round in it.
So as Sherlock runs and the bubble heads off in a completely random direction.
Like a gerbil in one of those plastic balls.
Yeah, Britwick falls and the bubble spins and he sort of goes round and round and round the inside of the bubble until his eyes cross and he becomes dizzy.
Your new nickname is Gerbil.
Whereabouts do you steer it? Is it just within that area? Or is it?
You can see other bubbles and they're heading out across the carnival in different directions. So Sherlock's there.
I see if I can see this. Can you?
Can I try and steer it over the staffing area?
You can certainly try, yeah. It's a DC 10 athletic. Acrobatic check. It's a failure, so everybody goes in a random direction. Sherlock heads off that way.
I am going to go. Where's my man?
You can continue to try Elvanalor after you have drifted a bit.
Yeah, I'll give it another welly.
So it takes you a little while to get the hang of it. See, delete the cookie. And you move to your sort of here, 10 feet. I think my floating height thing stopped working. Yeah, that's good enough. Right, so give me another roll. Yeah, you drift around a little bit over towards the big top, and then you seem to get the hang of it and start peddling the bubble over the top of the staff area.
I want to see if Mr. Witch and Mr. Light got their knickers in a twist over what happened in the big top, because they seem to be missing over through all the panic.
Looking down over the staff area, you see a few of the carnival hands wandering about, doing sort of laundry in buckets, packing away things. There's no sign of Mr. Witch or Mr. Light, but Burley's there ordering hands to load barrels in a gigantic, shiny-looking cannon thing. Looks like he's telling them to load the glitter. All of the glitter, not some of the glitter.
I'm going to walk through the pixie kingdom at 2 feet off the ground.
So you walk through the pixie kingdom, and
all right, yep, let's see. No, nice, yep, very good.
They wave at you, looking rather surprised that you're 2 feet off the ground.
Oh, it's a broken bubble, mate. It's all right, guys. I don't mind.
Right, from where you are, Sherlock, you don't spot the particular character that you look for. So you spend a short time riding. You don't do anything specific. It lasts a little while, and then the bubble begins to quiver as if it's about to pop.
Move down to the ground.
Oh, I'll panic and head straight down to the 1.5 feet to the ground.
Yeah, I'll panic and try to steer it away from the staffing area, because that's going to
You've got the hang of it now, so you get it back over the big top.
Yep, down
and it
the ground.
pops about 20 feet in the air. But you are under the effect of a feather fall as there's a tinkle of pixie dust in the air around you, and you slowly drift backwards and forwards until you land safely on your feet. A Mary Poppins. Earl, you do that for like the inch you're above the ground.
Hey! I'll try not to panic.
And you have landed, scattered around the fair. Not far, but far enough. Sadly, Britwick has not managed to get anywhere. He's gone up a little bit, but he just sort of he's running in all different directions. His bubble's just spinning in circles until it finally pops. So your ride has basically just been one of verticality rather than anything else.
Yeah, I'm just going to lie face down on the ground and
yes, you lie
wrap my ears over my eyes until the world stops spinning.
Yes, you have landed several feet apart. Obviously, this is full of carnival goers. I don't know if you had made an arrangements to meet anyone.
Well, we're going to the mining thing. What next?
Do we all head to the mining thing?
Yeah. When the world stops spinning, I'll wobble me way down to the mine. You ever seen a white rabbit with a green face?
Oh, yes. I'll go that way.
With bits of custard in your fur.
Yep. And candy floss still stuck to my ears.
You've got candy floss and custard covering you. Oh, this is getting so good.
Oh, I know where we haven't been to either. The Mermaid.
True. So
Oh,
arriving
yeah,
at the
I know.
mystery mine, you can feel the pleasure of the carnival goers. Every kid has a full candy floss or an ice cream. They have all of them have big bunches of balloons now. They don't just have one or two. There's laughing and giggling. Calliope music's going at full tilt, and the lights are flickering, and you can tell that everybody's having a wonderful time. So you come to the mystery mine. It has, as
I
you
just
can
PM'd
see,
Rich.
what?
PM'd you.
As you can see, yes, it is.
Oh my god.
Yeah, some people might have recognised the mystery mine. Some people might have not.
I knew that was the haunted house, and it's supposed to be some.
Yeah.
I forgot it.
So you get into a minecart. It goes around from where the tunnel is, which is the entrance, and it heads through the mouth of a giant dragon. Held by magic, the minecart's laden with fair glows trundle into an opening carved like a dragon's mouth. The carts reappear moments later on the far side of the attraction, with the passengers expressing a mixture of bewilderment, fear, and excitement. Near the entrance, a male dwarf dressed like a wizard shouts, "Unlock the mysteries of your mind in the mystery mine." He has bushy eyebrows, wears a pointy hat, and holds a large clockwork contraption shaped
Oh,
like
I'm
a
there.
giant eye.
Ticket punching. I'm going in for that one.
Yep.
Yeah,
May as
me
well.
too.
Know your fears. Right, Andy, your ticket is as it's punched, it turns like a greyish colour, and it's still there, and it just feels like non-magical parchment.
Right, well, I've got my second ticket if I
You
need
do.
it.
Earl, are you heading on this ride?
Oh, I absolutely am.
So far, only Earl has figured it out. Right. Dave, are you joining the mystery mine?
Yeah.
And Brissy?
Oh yes, definitely. I think I
Right.
know what it's from as well.
So Dave, Earl, and Andy, your three first tickets have run out and have turned to plain grey. And now, magically, the words "souvenir only" have appeared across the ticket. So, I am the Fixo. He's small, got a red robe and white hair.
Oh God. Oh, I know what this is now.
Please come and be.
Oh God.
Unlock the mysteries of your mind. A minecart pulls up. You'll all fit in one. Step right up. Stare into the eye of all seeing. He holds his clockwork contraption.
In the minecart.
You don't.
I'll jump on in.
You leap into the minecart,
Am I right, Rich?
and as you all get in, yes, Tracy. As you all get into the minecart, it slowly begins to chug and chug, and picks up speed as it heads round the track. It gets all the way on the track, picking up speed until it's fairly, the wind is whipping through your hair. You vanish into the dragon's mouth. There's a great like a flash of light and smoke. You start to cough, and then you appear on a set of tracks in the air. And as you're traveling about, strange creatures from your mind, your subconscious, leap up. Things fly overhead. The track isn't resting on anything. It's going up and down like a roller coaster. What is the thing your character fears the most?
I'm not big on heights.
Yeah, the cart goes up hundreds of feet in the air.
Ah! And repeat.
Can I have DC 12 with save throw? What does your character's fear as the illusory things jump out and snap at you, taunting you?
Being defeated by Moriarty.
Moriarty leaps up and mocks you for being a fool and being unable to follow any clues. Anyone else? Oh, got one failure. A Sherlock. Sherlock is thrown off by the illusory figure of Moriarty, who stands 100 feet tall, looking down over the cart. As he points his great finger down at you, Dave, and you zoom between his legs. Anyone else?
Can't really think. I've never really thought about it.
The Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man.
The Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man. Everybody looks around at Dobbsy. Dobbsy goes, "Oh no!" and everybody looks at him. What?
I'm trying to think of the most harmless thing I could.
And as you look round, a gigantic Stay Puft Marshmallow Man comes leaping across the formless void. Give me some more saving throws. You talk through trees and clouds. Everybody at this point is starting to look terrified. Sherlock Burroughs has failed to save. Oh, there. You begin to scream in horror. Does anybody else have a fear for me?
Foxes.
A hole. You zoom through a brush, and the ride appears to shrink down to tiny size. And then you hear the baying of like half a dozen foxes, Andy, and they come bounding behind you, faster and faster, snapping at the back of the cart.
I scream like a girl.
Really cursed.
Sherlock Burroughs fails 3. Need to make a note of that. Sherlock failed 3. It looks like the ride may be coming to an end. Thank God, for the terrible signs are all around you.
There's no doorways or anything that one notes like portals, because I'm looking for this Kenku in here because it's a good place to hide.
No, I'm afraid not. So, one last burst as the ride comes to an end. You can see off in the distance a tiny little tunnel that gets slightly bigger as you speed towards it. Anybody else got something they're afraid of?
Not really.
Not really.
Not really, no. Don't
So,
like heights.
in that case, you are all
Diets! I don't like diets.
you are all overcome with the thought that the ride is almost over. As long as we don't lose internet connection, and then there's a spark, the lights start to go out. Oh no, we're all losing connection. Everybody's going to drop out of the game before we finish.
That terrifies us.
Lots more failures. Sherlock rolls a 1, but actually gets things. That terrifies everybody. Oh my God, you don't even know what it means, but you're going to lose connection from the server as you burst forth out into the bright lights of the carnival. Sherlock Burroughs is shaking and has gained a level of exhaustion from the terror. Everybody else seems to be in pretty good shape, having succeeded somewhat. Sherlock, you are You look terrible. Your eyes underneath you, on your cheeks are all dark. Damn, Sherlock, you look bad. Yeah, everybody, as you come out of the ride on the other side.
I think
Wiggle.
it's after having them cakes as well. I think you don't look too good, lad.
He doesn't at all, does he? My modifiers are also broken. I need to check something. So you come out the other side. At this point, half of the party is covered in dried custard, and Andy's also covered in candy floss.
Candy floss. Yeah.
Like Nutmeg's got custard vomit all down his front.
Oh God!
And Sheila looks terrible. So one place left to go as you come out of the ride. Two people got it when they looked at it so far. I think Bracy might have twigged.
Yeah, I know what it is.
If you play the music, they got it.
So one place left to go. And then the big heist.
Yeah.
Silverstone Lakeland. See the mermaid.
You head off the Silver Song Lake. Mist gathers at the banks of the shimmering lake. Near its centre, a mermaid lounges in a giant bowl, singing a glorious haunting song that captivates spectators on the shore. In response, the lake water coalesces into magical sculptures that whirl around her as she performs. There's a sign up that says free performances from the Lady Palasha. She sings a beautiful song. Heading off to the beach. People just sit on the water's edge, admire the thing. What would you?
I'll have a look to see if I can see this Kenku around.
You stare around wildly. You won't see the Kenku, however. A woman's voice rings out. Shut up, you rubbish! The mermaid falls in her.
I'll walk up the precipice towards where she is, and I'll put some silver coins in front of her, and I'll say, ignore her.
She's off. Like you can see the edge of the lake.
All
where
right,
the thing
okay.
is, she's sitting on the island in like
All
a
right.
fake giant clam singing the song, but it's obviously rattled her.
I'm going to cast guidance on her, and I'll say, ignore that
I head
foolish
towards
woman.
this woman.
Ignore that foolish woman. Your song is beautiful, and I'll cast guidance on her.
I'll look round and see if I can see the woman.
Okay. What I need to do is I need some perception.
Yeah, I do the same.
I'm going to look for the woman, but now I've got a plan.
I hope she's standing right beside the water's edge because she's going for a swim.
Right. Yeah.
I've got very big feet. I'll just stick my foot out and you can push her over.
So Dobbsy as well, yeah. And Nutmeg. I know Elval knows guidance and on the mermaid, whose song picked up in Beauty.
Yeah, I'll have a look for the heckler.
You look around and none of you have spotted the Hector so far. Then the young boys, I need Nutmeg, I need you to roll for separately. Go on there, Nutmeg. So none of you, you look around, but you can't see a woman in the direction that the call came from. And then a young boy's voice calls out and says, "You sound like the noise me mum makes when she throws the pigs fill out for the pigs." And the mermaid once again falters. This time Earl spotted a small child wearing a blue hat.
I will go. I will move through the crowd behind the boy, so staying out of his line of sight. I'm going to approach the boy from out of his line of sight.
Yeah, the boy seems to be heading towards a tree on the side of the lake. I want stealth roll to see, opposed by the boy's passive perception.
Fist claps.
Yeah. So you try to get into position, and the boy goes behind the tree, and out on the other side of the tree there are three men. You're not sure which.
Which one's got blue on them?
Give me another perception. Hang on a sec. Success. All of them have blue on them, but one of them has a blue handkerchief, and you recognize it as having the same pattern as the hat the young boy was wearing.
Charge. I'm just going for him, full on.
Right, so do you want to give me a stealth roll to see if you can charge him before he notices you? You guys are all looking about. You see Nutmeg head towards a tree on the edge of the lake, and he suddenly just charges.
I'm gonna get me bunker out.
You are going to get your bunker out, right? So I need.
I'll follow
There you
Nutmeg.
go. It's not a hidden roll, so you can see whether you succeed or not. As you
That's
charge
perception,
towards him.
Rich. That's
All right,
perception.
not perception. Let's do the other one.
Yeah.
A success, right? So you charge into them and hit them from behind before you notice.
I will rage.
You go rah, you rage. In the kingdom on the map, and gonna roll from initiative, but he has the surprise condition for now.
Go to 20 him.
Oh, look at that.
Right. So first up, we have Nutmeg on the surprise as you charge into the back of this young gentleman.
I will charge him at full tilt, and as I get to him, I'll strike him across the back with my bunker and shout, "You're surrounded by armed bastards and you're under arrest!"
Oh, I best just remove your unconscious tag, can I?
That might be a good idea.
It'll be a custard heat and your custard damage. Right, go on, go ahead and bonk him.
Right, I've never actually done this rage lock before. Do I have to do anything?
You have to click your rage action.
Did that work? Yes.
And then
Yeah.
You're going to hit him with the bonker.
I'm going to hit him with bunker. I'm going to do non-lethal damage.
Okay. Roll your damage. Roll your hit. You have advantage. Never mind, it's a crit. So you bonk him seriously on the head.
Oh, we're not using real crits in this.
We weren't using real crits.
It's all right, I don't mind.
We can do, but then the monsters do as well, man. So you
No,
bonk him
I'm
on the
fine.
bonker, and he goes, "Ow!" like that. Right.
I will scream, "You're under arrest," in a very intimidating manner, right in his face.
Elvanalor, it's you're up next. You've seen Nutmeg run over and 20 this bloke on the head.
Is the guy running away?
It looks like he wants to get away, but then again, wouldn't you if you were attacked by an angry fairy with a bonker?
And it's a bloke.
It is.
Okay. I will cast Fairy Fire on the guy missing Nutmeg, obviously.
Yeah, target them and hit the save and throw thing.
Where is he?
Right next to you. I've just dropped you onto the main. I've just dropped you on the main map for now.
Wait a minute. I don't want Fairy Fire on the gang though.
Yeah, it's fine. Just
all right.
Don't drop the thing on. Just hit the save and roll thing. This is like Theatre of the Mind combat.
Which one is it? The first bloke or the second bloke?
Mouse over it. I should tell you. Very fire. The first one, the D21 is the save. So you need to do that first. He succeeds.
Ooh.
Shouts nevermore in a halfling voice.
Oh.
He says in a halfling voice, "Oh, you prat!" Are you doing anything else? Will you bonus action?
What sort of things can I do? Because I
don't think you can do anything with the bonus action at first off.
Oh, can I not? All right, okay.
Right, so the Kenku disengages. Oh no, he doesn't. What he does is he reaches into his pocket hole, pulls a handful of something, and blows it in your face and goes, "Pocket sand." You have to make.
Oh God, make it! Come on.
I dropped it on him. Yeah, you succeed as the dust blows in your eyes. Cough, cough, cough. And he
pocket sand.
Yeah, pocket sand. He shouts and blows something in your face and does. Shouts, "Son of a bitch," in a half voice, and turns to run away from him. So you will get 3 attacks.
I'll smack him again.
Pocket sand. So you get an opportunity attack. Oh, it's a hit. He hits him with a bonker for another 11 damage. He cries out in pain in a halfling voice.
Come back here, you scumbag!
Make an intimidation check.
Absolutely
as he turns and
he
runs towards Sheila.
Do you want to just roll it or are you going to push it?
All right, sorry, yeah.
No, I'll roll it. It's all right.
Just roll it, it's fine. I only tend to push the stuff in it, fine. A 14. All right, he says. I've had enough. Puts his hands up. Next we have.
Right,
Sheila.
I'll get me manacles out.
Next we have Sheila. What are you doing, Sheila? Puts his hands up to surrender. He looks badly hurt. He's got a massive big knot on the top of his head where he's been.
I've got my rapier and I move up the cover him in case he tries something funny.
So you walk behind him and you prick him in the back. Don't try any funny stuff. All right. Pulls his hands out. You got me. It's a fair cop, he says in a halfling's voice.
Oh, he does look pretty in that nightgown, doesn't he? Yeah, fair cop.
There's a small disruption, but then the mermaid song picks up. And you notice that you notice that the mermaid's singing picks up, and she looks around abruptly as the a Kenku is speaking in the Harping voice as if searching for somebody in the crowd.
Like a mime, perhaps?
What do you want? I did nothing to you.
I'm cuffing him
Right, you cuff him.
behind his back, and I'll drag him out to the crowd to one side.
Okay, so you drag him off through the crowd. The mermaid sits still singing, searches the crowd, but then looks a little sad as she is not spotted.
Right, you little kinky bastard. What are you doing all this stuff for?
He says, well, isn't it obvious? Isn't it obvious, Mr. Frodo? I should have done the sound voice, shouldn't I? Although they have the appearance of a young, sort of teenage human, he's speaking in this voice. Well, isn't it bloody obvious, Mr. Frodo? I've been trying to get those bastards that run the fair to tell me where the Feywild is.
What do you want to know what a Feywild is for?
Because my patron Zybilna, she's gone quiet, and I haven't heard from her for such a long time.
She's not a teenage witch, is she?
Zybilna? No, I don't think so.
I thought you said Supreme.
Yeah, that would be good.
So your patron's gone quiet, so you're going to kill some poor bloody dwarf?
No, he'd have been all right. He was
That's
flying above the
attempted
water.
murder, that is.
He'd have just fell in the water. Dwarves can swim.
All right, what happens if there was a brick in the way? Attempted murder.
I'm being stitched up.
You fucking need stitching up, boy, if you don't tell me what's going on around here.
Look, I got just causing trouble around the carnival until those bastards that tell me what they know about Zybilna and Prismere.
Prismere? What's that then?
That's the Fey land that's on the other side of the Fey portal.
And you don't know where the Fey portal is, right?
No, those bastards, they won't tell me.
And you want to go and find this Zybilna girl?
I'm not allowed to go over the Paywell. It's part of my pact. That's why I need those bastards to tell me what's happened. I know they know something.
Oh, they probably know something, all right, but there's no way to go about it like that. And you were upsetting that poor little mermaid. You know, her boyfriend's lost his feckin' voice. What do know about all the things going missing round here?
I don't know nothing about nothing going missing. I just been using my citizens' rights to cause a protest.
Citizens' rights? I'll eyeball them. Give them the eyeball and go, do you know you've got no rights here, boy?
I'll ask him, was it you earlier posing as a small child with a pig mask in the illusion mirror, in the mirror illusion hall? Of illusions.
He looks confused and says, no, that wasn't me.
Do you want us to duck him, boss? See if he'll remember more after he's had a bit swim time? And I look, because he's near the water, and I've gone by the scruff of the neck, I'll look at the water. I'm not going to actually do it, but I'll use that to try and persuade him, intimidate him, you know what I mean?
Yeah, give us an intimidation roll. With advantage, I would think, because you're all given the help action by leaning in menacingly. But yeah, Tracy, was there another question there? You'd asked about the small child, and they said no.
Yeah. It was just, I just wanted to know if it was him that had took on that form, that's all.
He says, so what do you know about this?
Well, I keep giving me the cold shoulder. He says, last the other night, I sneaked in to the staff area and I was listening to the bastards, and this is what they said. And the voice changes to an absolute perfect mimicry. And Mr. Light's going, "Oh, someone is going to find us about this. They'll shut us down." And Witches calmly and firmly replied, "We agreed to this pact. Our hands were forced, but our eyes were open. We have to let them take what they want, and in return we stay in business. That is what you want, right?" See? Those bastards, they know something.
I'll look at the rest of the group.
And
You know what?
we really need to do do what we agreed earlier. We'll have to force the hand.
If you be going against those bastards, I can help you. I'm a powerful warlock.
Is that right?
Aye, it is.
Do you need hands for them spells?
Well, it would be beneficial, yes. You notice she's still speaking in the Hoffman's voice.
What do you reckon?
Well, I reckon he should stop that voice act for a start.
The what? The voice?
Sorry. I think you should stop acting that voice for a start. Because the pretending to be a halfling is fooling nobody.
The actual voice rather than the James voice is perfect.
But I presume that Kentus don't sound like halflings.
No.
But there are millions of mimics, I think. I don't know much about King.
Normally Kenkus, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and say you've heard of most of the races. Normally Kenkus can only mimic other races. They don't normally talk like this. Probably some reason that the halfling lost his voice. As proved by the mimicking Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, they do almost perfect mimicry, but they don't have their own voice as such.
Well, I say that we keep him with us and see if he'd be useful in the things we've got to do. Maybe we're in the same line of business now.
If you boys are going to take on Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, I'm in. I want those bastards. I want to know what they've done to the builder.
I'd be interested in knowing as well.
You do recall that the other warlocks said his kitten was the builder as well.
That would be the warlock from whom Sherlock stole his cup and then gave it away.
Yes.
Now, just hope he never finds out about that. Bearing in mind it was his mum's china.
If whatever you want to do is take down those bastards, I'll help you, I will.
Well, I'm waiting to see what the other people think, because,
I'm up for it if it gets what I've lost back.
Yeah, I mean, the only other thing we could do is hand him over to Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. I'm just interested to see what reaction that has.
He looks rather worried at this point.
No, I don't think we should do that. I think we should go with our original plan.
Yeah, but what does he... I'll sort of say to the party, like, as though he's not there, I wonder what he thinks they would do to him if we handed them over and gave a full report on what he's been up to.
Well,
they just try and cover their tracks.
I'll disappear like that bugbear's brother did, Mr. Frodo.
Yeah, I think people have disappeared as they've been asking
Oh, aye. Well,
questions.
what does he know about the bugbear's brother disappearing?
I knows he's disappeared.
Yeah, well, the story going round is that he wandered off and left the carnival.
People don't just wander off and leave this carnival.
I say we keep him with for now.
So he holds
He
out.
could be useful.
He holds out these manacled hands towards you, Nutmeg.
I'll pull the key out and unlock them.
As you unlock the manacles. He rubs his wrist and he says, "So well then, what's the plan to fuck these over?" That's where we end for tonight.
Excellent.
Nice.
Mhm.
I got to twat someone. It was great.